So you didn't throw a rock at a boy?
What is the first one I could think of?
You have rocks too.
I know! I was like, we have something else in common. We support small business, we throw rocks.
What about that time that you put
No!
or the bag of...
Oh! No, you know... What?
The road on
no, you know what?
Tiana, later.
Hello and welcome back to a new episode.
We're back!
It has been so long. We are finally able to get episode 5 recorded and out to you guys. So thank you so much for being patient with us. My name is Michael Vasquez and I am the GM here at Night School RPG. And in case you have forgotten about any of our players, let's do a real quick roll call. Starting, if you notice, we're in a different camera shot, so you can see the room a little bit and you can see where our players are. Starting in the far left corner, we have Miss Elizabeth Vick. Ding, ding, ding. Sitting in center field.
Center square.
Center square. X takes the center. Small kids don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what that is.
We'll drop a clip in so you can watch old episodes. So.
Whoa.
Get on that, editor.
In our center spot, we have Mr. Joshua Hovda. And in our right field, we have Miss Kat Flores.
Yes. So we are in this shot that is very reminiscent of episode 1. Because of everything that's going on right now with social distancing. We're doing our best to follow the guidelines that our particular city and our state have put into place. So we are farther away than we like to be. So... yeah.
But closer than we have been.
Closer than we have been, and it feels so good.
Yeah. It's not 100% for me. Like, I really still feel this is too far.
Yes.
But, safety first. So,
yes.
Once again, if you are going through we talked about in some of our content videos about how we know how this is a tough time for people who are socially connected, and when you play tabletop role-playing games like this, you do really miss having those experiences, and you might have been playing online or playing through different kind of online apps to connect with other people around the world, which has been great. It's actually been really amazing to see how much on social media has popped up about gaming and how this platform is connecting people as an outlet of sanity. However, we are super excited to be back where we're in the same room because for us, we really miss out on just the pace and the flow and the connection that you have.
Yeah. I feel we get a lot out of just feeding off of each other,
just being
in person.
Room. Yeah.
So, yay, we're back.
So, do we have any announcements on anything that's going on?
Well, if you haven't already, check out our playlist on our channel. It's Out of Character. It's just a very casual conversation that we have. We're putting them out right now. It's every other Wednesday.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, it's been every Wednesday so far, but I think once now we have this going, we might be moving back to flipping off every week.
But those
flipping
are...
off.
Welcome back.
We're rated R.
No, we love our fans. All 25 of them.
What are you talking about?
No, but those are really, really cool conversations, and those have been a lot of fun to record. So check those out.
Absolutely. Great thing is if you're looking for topics on building characters, how characters are meaningful. We just did one recently on leaving a legacy and how, what is it that really makes somebody that you've played in this imaginary world worth remembering, and it's not just a throwaway character. So if you're looking to build ideas of how can you get further into this RPG kind of tabletop style gaming, check those out and make sure that you push those subscribe buttons, because every notification you give us helps us share our content with the world. And also we want to make sure you don't miss out on any special things that come out. We still have plans in the future, I believe, for some other content in different kind of forms.
They're in the works.
They're in the works. However, we are excited to get back. How are y'all feeling?
Nervous. I feel like it's the first day of school again.
Yeah.
It is. We're in like second term, but
Yeah, it's the first day back after winter break.
yeah.
A long winter break. A long winter break.
Long night. So when last we left off in our 4th episode, the crew had finally left Lakota traveling with Dakar's family and moved towards the southern town of the peninsula of Kala Kesh. Kala Kesh, if you remember, is a place where refugees and poor mixed-race individuals have been shunned and forced to live in communities in squalor. Quimora actually has her family who lives here, and this is where she was raised, and she has led the group back to find information and solace and possibly a creature that Dakar has been searching for, a unicorn that is needed in order to further his pursuit of knowledge of what he is and his importance in the world. Making their way to the outskirts of Kala Kesh, right next to the railway, the Windway, they encountered a dwarven merchant, Marietta, who now has ownership of the Puffing Pegasus, and we'll can't wait to see what that turns into. But in the middle of the night, a stranger that, well, actually not a stranger, someone you've met before, Fabian, actually stalked into your camp, and while Kelnis was on patrols, convinced her to travel into the underreaches of Kala Kesh, where there is a mysterious faction known as the Deus of Cain. Kelnis was tempted to save the unicorn, which has now been located, and it is with the Deus, and sadly could not pull off a 1 versus 2 battle against very strong opponents after not having a rest. Yeah, the odds were not in your favor on that one. But we'll find out what her fate is, because that's where we left off.
Right after this quick break.
You're joking.
Who froze?
Me.
Michael.
And we're back. Sorry, once again, we are working with new setups and technology. So if you do see that one of us goes out, we're going to try to keep the story going. And you don't really care about my face. So we're going to move on.
You care about your face, though.
I care about his face.
The remainder of this episode, I'm just going to be thinking, what did I look like? You know, surprises for me.
You know, we may each have a moment. I've already had mine.
That's true. That's true.
Included in the...
Mm-hmm.
So we pick up back on the outskirts of Kala Kesh. A new morning has approached early, about 6 a.m. Quimora, you and Dakar begin to rise as the fire itself has gone down, is extinguished, and you are suddenly stricken with this thought that you were supposed to be woken for your second watch that you were going to take, but you were allowed to sleep throughout the night.
Feel strangely rested.
It's a good rest.
I mean, where's Kelly? Why didn't she wake us up?
Oh, where is she?
I'm gonna look around to see what I notice, see if she is anywhere nearby, has left anything or any tracks or anything.
Looking around the campsite, usually next to the fire is where you set up your bed rolls. She is not even unpacked.
Okay.
So her equipment is gone, her weapons are gone. However, all of her camping materials are still sitting in a pile right where she left them.
Maybe she kept watch all night and got up early and packed up her stuff.
But it's all still here. Like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe she's going to the bathroom.
Good point. I don't know. Is that something Dragonborns do? Do they do they just stay up all night? Do they not rest ever?
This is my first Dragonborn friend. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. She left all her stuff. Like,
Mom, do you know?
Your mother is currently already awake. she's used to being up this early, and she just kind of shakes her head. Says, I don't think I've ever encountered a Dragonborn before, but maybe.
How long have you been awake?
About an hour or so.
You noticed that she wasn't here. You didn't think to maybe let us know, like, hey, the person who was keeping you safe, like, just isn't here.
I'd like to remind you that I've only met you for a couple of days. I don't like the tone you're taking, but no, I did not think that some stranger who was supposed to be guarding was just gone. I mean, who knows? Maybe she went to go see something or get food. Maybe I don't know. Why are you asking me?
But you look out for each other. Were you gonna protect us if something happened?
Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm the one who has to look out for everybody. As she places her hand on Dakar's father, and Dakath is still kind of staring around, just oblivious to the world, but almost as if he's seeing something that's not there.
I'm gonna turn around and, like, as I'm muttering out loud, like, look out for each other. Like, she wasn't gonna do anything. She couldn't have protected us if something would have happened. As I'm, like, getting all of Kelnis's stuff and, like, getting ready to leave.
Are we packing up then? Are we just going to leave her?
Well, I mean, we have to do something. We can't just stay here. Like,
Well, just give me a moment and I'll gather our things. She begins to shuffle around and start throwing different pieces of the campsite into her bags. Starts to get your father up.
I'm gonna help her get my father up and check around for like any kind of disturbances that seem like maybe she just didn't walk off into the woods.
Disturbances? Like
if somebody dragged Kelnis off as opposed to her leaving on her free will.
I mean, the ground itself is undisturbed, but you remember that she wasn't, when she started her watch, sitting at the campfire.
she wasn't even going to tell us. She wasn't going to say anything that she wasn't here. She woke up and just somebody was gone and didn't say anything. Been up for an hour.
Kelnis should have said something if she walked off. Do you think she was taken?
I don't know. Maybe she had something else to do. And that's fine. She had something else to do. But if one of us woke up, we look out for each other. Like, I mean, if you would have woken up and noticed she was gone, would you have said something?
Well, yeah.
There you go. Common decency. I'm sorry, I know she's your mom. But we're going to Kala Kesh.
Of course we are.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. Right.
Do you need some breakfast? You're a little hangry.
I'm a little irritated just with the whole situation. I mean, I thought Kelnis and I thought we were cool, but I guess, I don't know.
Well, why didn't Kelnis wake you up if she walked off?
Because maybe we weren't cool.
Oh.
And
That's not cool.
No, I guess not. And that's fine. But we gotta go.
Well, if I walk off
No use dwelling.
If I walk off in the middle of the night, I promise I'll wake you up.
Oh. So I can beat you up before you go. How long is it going to take for your mom to get your dad ready to go?
I'll help. It won't take long.
All right.
It doesn't take long at all. I mean, you didn't bring a lot of supplies with you, so it's mainly just getting
ready.
The bedrolls, the cooking utensils that you had for the fire. There is a small portion of breakfast that has been made by Dakar's mother.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess maybe we should look through Kelnis's stuff, see if she left anything or something. So
that's a good idea.
All right. So
maybe she left her dragonborn horn behind. We could give a little toot toot.
Toot toot?
Yeah. A little toot toot so she knows we're looking for her.
Is that what it is?
Well, the one time you blew it, she's the one that heard it.
Oh, that's right. The dragon whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if she left that. So I'm going to look through her stuff to see if it's there.
It is not there.
Okay. Well, she obviously didn't want us to find her, so.
Well, that sucks.
It does, but.
Well, maybe
It
she's
is what
causing
it
a ruckus
is.
in town, so we might run into her.
That does sound like her.
I mean,
That
that's-
does sound like her. Let's go to. Let's
She
go
loves a good ruckus.
Yeah.
So as you gather up your camp and begin making your way, you're still about 20 minutes out. You can see where the city line is. The city itself, it doesn't even look like a city. Growing out of the ground are these large, almost like mushroom-capped shaped buildings that it could be a tree or it could be a fungus. You're not quite sure, but they stand 40 feet tall in the air, and you just see layers upon layers that overlap each other. The only defense is a very, very sturdy wooden perimeter of spikes that have been just delved deep into the ground, and there is one small opening that overlaps where you can see the two walls leave a small space for maybe 3 abreast to walk in at a time. There's a line of people, about 20 people that are waiting at this checkpoint to get inside the city. All tattered clothing, mixed race, tieflings, half orcs, half elves. You see that their line doesn't seem to be moving at all. And within every 10 minutes or so, you hear this whirling sound come from the windway that actually has now lowered from that way tall arching stone that you slept under, and it actually is now like a roller coaster descending, and then it pulls into an open stone gap where the wall meets the jungle, and you see the carts that you haven't seen up to this time. These large stone platforms that seem to hover above the stone archways, not touching, no wheels, and it just kind of shifts right in and disappears into this tunnel of stone. At the very, very end, after all the flatbeds have gone through, there are about 6 different, almost house carts, where you'd imagine probably passengers ride the windway, that pull in, and as soon as the last cart follows through, a large portcullis gate drops to block off the entrance. Thick jungle surrounds the entire area on both sides as you are funneled into this narrow open way.
Well, we gotta get in line just to get into the city. So.
If Kelness is in line, we should see her in front of us.
Well, I mean, I can see the line and it's pretty steady all the way across. I don't see any big spikes in height, so I don't think that she's.
Maybe
over
she's
there.
taking a knee.
Maybe. So yeah, I go and just get in line.
You stand in line behind a pair of halflings that are holding on to a large half orc. It also looks like a mom who's adopted 2 kids, and they're just waiting patiently.
Morning.
Morning, says the half orc.
Y'all hungry?
Isn't everyone?
Everybody's hungry here.
Oh.
Everybody's hungry here.
Should I not give them some food?
Well, I mean, that's up to you.
Oh. Are the halflings like halflings, or are they like children halflings?
They look. I mean, for a halfling, they already look like children for the most part.
Do they look like young halflings, or do they look like?
You would venture a guess, because of the way that they're holding on, as if it was motherly, that these are probably very young, even for their race.
Would your children like some breakfast?
As you say that, the boy on the left-hand side kind of looks at you, and his eyes open really, really big, and he starts pulling. Doesn't say any words, it just pulls. The half-orc turns and says, "Are you just giving food away?"
Well, yeah, if they're hungry.
Hearing this, I go like 3 people back, just to kind of like separate myself.
You were the last ones in line, so you step.
behind Dakar's dad.
You're staying behind his shadow.
Right. kind of lifts up his hand, and you can see the whole musculature is trembling. By letting go of the half-orc, it's almost as if it can barely hold itself up.
I'm gonna give him a good berry.
Kind of paws in, looks at it, thinking that this is, I mean, it's food, but it's so minuscule.
He'll fill you up, I promise.
Starts tugging on the half-orc. Then immediately on the other side, you see a little girl let go, and her hands go up, and she just kind of eagerly shoves her hands right into your face.
I give her a good berry.
Shoves it right down, and starts smiling. Both their hands go back up.
If you want to save it for tomorrow, okay?
There's this perplexed nature on their face of, like, what you're saying makes no sense at all to save food.
I'll give them each one more.
And they grab back onto the half-orc. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I take it you're not, probably not living here?
We're visiting with my friend Q.
You came to visit Kala Kesh?
Well, yeah. Do they not allow visitors?
Well, I'm sure they would let a visitor in, but who would want to come here just of their own free will? This is the last resort. This is where you come to give up.
How so?
We lost everything. We lost our house to the fire. Half of our villagers fled. Were killed on the roadsides by bandits. We're the only 3 that are left.
Where are you from?
From Corinth. Well, we were from Corinth.
Is Corinth gone now?
I'm sure there's still foundations. We have no money, we have no business or no way to trade, so we had to flee, and this is the only place that will take in refugees.
What's your name?
Jacko.
My name's Dakar. And so, these children are yours?
No.
I didn't want to assume, but they look a little different.
I'm not sure whose children they are. I found them on the roadway as I traveled here. I'm sure I've seen them in my town, but I'm all they have. And they're all I have.
Do they speak? Do you know their names?
Not yet. But at least they're smiling again.
Well, that's good. Hopefully the full bellies will help them.
I mean, one berry isn't really a meal.
But it's a good berry.
Sure it is. I wish this line would move.
How long have you been waiting in line?
This is our 2nd day.
You've been out here for 2 days? Has the line moved at all?
Not that I can tell.
Man.
Most of us just take turns standing, and then we lean against the wall and rest. Every now and then they bring out a bowl of gruel that they'll pass around, but it doesn't go very far down the line.
So hearing that, I go and I kind of grab Dakar by the elbow and pull him back. And
One second, Jacob.
and I tell him, first of all, we giving out food, okay? Everybody's hungry here. Everybody wants food.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, I literally said, everybody's hungry.
Did you know there was going to be a line? Like, do you not have a fast pass?
It's been a while since I've been back. I think I remember another way into the city, but it's a little bit more dangerous. I think it's through the jungle.
Would it be safe for my mom and dad?
Probably not. I mean, they are welcome to come, but...
What do you think, Mom?
What do you mean through the jungle?
I believe I remember we walk through the jungle. We go through the jungle. Eventually we'll get into the city.
You do know, since you grew up here, the wall, the wooden barricaded wall doesn't encircle the whole city. It's just at the front. And it does reach fairly far into the jungle, but then it becomes a part where the construction was too hard to plant these large beams, and it does fade off. The jungle is fairly dangerous with wild animals.
I mean, five days in a line, or try to actually do something.
I feel like for the viewers, we shouldn't stand in line for 5 days.
What viewers? What's a viewer to bar?
Sorry.
Jago turns around and is like, oh, I'm not watching.
The viewers! I mean, if we got into town faster, would it help us at the place for my parents easier?
Setup. What do you mean?
Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around the living situation here in town now that I'm finding out it's a...
You're
it's
learning a
result.
lot about it from... Sorry, was it Jago? Yeah, you're learning a lot about it. It really is last resort, which is where your parents are right now. But this is the place where...
And yours too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. This really is the place where if you have nothing, you come here and people will try to help you out. But it's not much. It'll never be much. So I don't know what kind of setup you're thinking, but hopefully, I mean, we can try our best to do something.
That's true, that's true. Mom, would you be okay, like, hanging out with Jago while Q and I try to get into town a different way? Or do you want to come to the jungle with us?
She kind of looks over and sees the two halflings. Perhaps I should stay here with your father? I mean, who knows? Maybe the line will pick up?
Maybe.
Just don't give any cutsies.
I don't think it would hurt. But I'll hold my ground. Just please be safe.
I've got Q, I'll be safe.
I'm curious though, when you get in, what do you want me to do?
You mean when you get in?
We're all going together through the jungle?
No, I mean when you're saying when you get into town, if we get another way in.
Well, what if you get in before me and I'm
Yes.
still out here? What...
Is there a good place for us to meet, Q, in town?
The front gate.
Okay.
We'll check on the line whenever we come back, but if for some reason you can't find us, look for Lysira.
Lysira?
Is that a place?
It's my mom.
Oh!
Okay. Be safe. If I see Kelnis, I'll let her know that you went into the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have her hang out line with you, and then when you guys get in, we'll be able to find her really easily.
Okay. All right. Well, children, do you know any games? And you
Jago,
see-
are you cool hanging out like with my mom and dad?
Honestly, I don't think we have a choice, but it would be nice to be able to rest, and maybe you could watch the kids for a second. And he kind of sits down and leans against the wall. You can see he's probably been standing for a long time, making sure that these kids are safe.
I'm gonna give my mom the rest of them like good berries.
Now, these are not for today. Maybe we'll get one when he leaves.
I love you, Mom.
I like shaking my head. Alright, and I guess we start walking towards the jungle, making our way, trying to get through.
Are you following the kind of fence line?
Mhm.
Right. Getting in, the brush itself is very difficult to move through.
Mhm.
So most of the time it is hacking with whatever means you have, trying to break vines, thick plants that are overlapping. Occasionally, as you step, you see like a small slither go across your feet. You hear the cackling of like monkish sounds in the treetops. And as you glance up, you might every now and then see that kind of shadow move by. It takes you quite a long time just to get through the outskirts. Who's leading?
I will.
Who's lead since she has sharp objects to cut stuff? I don't.
As you reach the final point where the last post is, you see now why these posts don't go all the way around. It hits up into a hard, raised rock surface of stone.
Mhm.
The ground itself is raised slightly. You continue to move and try to dig around, but the sun itself is starting to get overshadowed by this thick canopy up above. So if you wouldn't mind rolling a survival check as you navigate this area.
First roll, nat 20.
one. We're back.
We are back.
You separate the canopy and
Cue Moses.
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 Let my people go. Let my people in. So yeah, it's pretty easy for you to know you've done this before, and it's starting to get a little familiar with you, even though you haven't been back to Kala Kesh in quite a while.
Mhm.
You're able to navigate around the stone. You know that there is a small embankment that lifts up, and then you're quickly wrapped around on the Kala Kesh side. As you begin making your way back to the city, you start hearing familiar noises. This underbelly kind of growl, almost like a feral cat.
Mhm.
And as you search and kind of check the area, there are different paw prints that are left in the shifting dirt and sand. Various sizes, but you can tell that this is why Kala Kesh is not one of the best places to be. There are no businesses, and you start to go through your mind again of how every day your dad would have to leave the home and travel into the jungle to forage just to find anything that could keep you alive. And that was the risk of itself, is that you have to forage, you have to hunt, but there's no protection.
Mhm.
You are at the whim of all the elements, including the predators in the jungle.
Yeah.
Do you know what those paw prints are?
They're bad.
I mean,
Just
it-
keep going.
Doesn't look like a house cat.
You know, it really helps if you just don't think about it and just keep going.
So it's just a house cat. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Also, if you see one, just make a lot of noise. You just gotta scare them right back.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay. Then we keep walking towards the town.
Eventually, you make your way over there. When you say town, it's not really a town. There's no one on the lower level. There are a series of these ramshackled huts that encircle the treetop area, which now in a closer look, you do realize that they are fungus-based. In the different kind of domes, they've been hollowed out as shelters that are raised off of the ground level floor, and these rickety wooden swinging bridges connect each treetop as they overlap 60, 70 different treetops going back further towards the edge of the peninsula. All of the rundown shacks and huts are filled with basic wares, but everything looks just unsanitary, dismal. The food that's foraged is very, very few in number and quantity, and the people selling them look like they're not having business. It's not a market that seems well put together. As you make your way in, you are now in the heart of Kala Kesh.
As I'm kind of like looking around, I have like a sad smile. But
Tree houses are cool.
to look at.
Dakar, I need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
11.
11. Stepping in, the beauty of the way it's laid out does look very interesting to you, but there's this pungent smell, and it just upsets your stomach. Not to a point of nausea, but you do notice that there is this reeking of urine. And as you kind of look at the sides of the different pillars that hold up these canopies, these fungal canopies, there is a discoloration that kind of shines as light catches it.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. That's why I got this. And I like go through Kelnis's bag and I bring out like a rag or something and I give it to him. No.
I'm not a bloodhound. I'm not going to be able to find her.
Brandy rat. Ooh.
Dragonborny. Thanks, Q.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
All right.
Go.
Anything you need to do or anything you want to do before I go to my parents, or do you want to go to the gate, see what's happening up there?
I feel like we got it pretty quickly. But yeah, it might be nice just to check on the line up front. Maybe run the Kelnis, hopefully.
Okay.
I think she'll be easy to spot if she's in here somewhere.
All right. Well, why don't you go to the gate?
Okay.
I'll go see my parents, and then we'll figure out what to do from there.
So, am I meeting you at your parents? Or are you coming to me after you meet your mom?
Why don't we meet back here? Wherever here is.
Can we meet someplace maybe not so stinky?
Sure. She has like this look of like offense. Meet me at my parents.
Okay.
Not promising anything, but meet me at my parents.
And they are...
Lysira.
Oh.
You just asked for Lysira.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay.
So who's going where exactly?
I'm going towards the front gate. Q's going towards her house.
Yes.
Okay. So the front gate is a bit further away. You start trekking and following now that you see those posts are again, it's kind of backtracking as you move past that series of wooden shacks. You do eventually reach one that's a little bit more well kept and quite a bit larger. And there seems to be people that actually flood into this one. It's very loud and ruckus, whereas the rest of them seemed dilapidated. And
Like it's ground level? It's not up in the trees?
Yeah, it's ground level.
Okay.
As you pass by it, you notice many soldiers who are coming out. They wear the Malsaran uniform, however, they seem to be relaxed and partly inebriated as they kind of stumble out. Q, you would actually get to your house first.
Mhm.
Lysira lives in one of the main hubs. Each one of the actual canopy, the foam canopies, has a descending rope ladder, and you find it and you climb. As you climb up, that smell is just ever present, and you haven't been very honest with Dakar. The entire town smells like this. There are no restrooms. There are no places where people are allowed to remove their waste. You either go into the jungle and take your chances, or you just let it fall onto the streets. As you make your way up, you enter one of the large domes, and it's always been crowded, as these aren't homes for a single family. These are hostels where people are shoved in together. Going in, there's about 40 people shoved, piling over each other, shivering, some barely clothed, filthy and disgusting. And in the very center, there is one that seems to be missing part of its upper arm. Blood pools around the body, and you see your mom and a dark-skinned black tiefling that are both kneeled down. The tiefling has his hand on top of the forehead of this half-elven man, and your mom seems to be wrapping her best to try to tourniquet this wound.
I stay back because she looks very busy and I don't want to interrupt. But I kind of go make myself seen and then sit and wait.
She does quickly glance up and sees you, and there is a small smirk, but you've seen your mom work before. She quickly goes back, and her finger movements and the way she handles this wound, it looks almost as if she's extremely skilled, but the materials that she works with are very, very poor quality. However, the whole time, this tiefling has his hand on the forehead and just seems to be concentrating, almost as if in prayer. Roll me a perception check.
10.
The tiefling is way more armored than anybody you've ever seen here in Kala Kesh, and the armor does not match the Malsaran.
Okay.
He seems to be holding a shield, a kite shield, in his left hand that's firmly attached, as his right hand is on the forehead. And on the shield there are 3 rising, elongated star shapes that glimmer in this white-gray kind of pattern.
Okay.
Eventually, the tiefling kind of takes a breath, and then you just see tears well up as he begins to cry. And your mom just covers the eyes of the individual, stands up, wipes the sweat, and then puts her hand on the tiefling's head and says, "It's okay. We can't save everyone." She signals over, and 2 more mature half-orc gentlemen walk over and pick up the body, and then they begin to walk it over and exit the room. Lysira makes her way over to you. Didn't expect you to be back so soon.
I know, I wasn't expecting to come back either. At least not now.
Is this good news or is this bad news?
Just news.
Just
Maybe.
news. You rarely bring just news.
Yeah. I know.
We're a little crowded in here today, so it's not going to be comfortable.
Okay. I have a little bit of a problem. But first of all, I just give her a hug. It's been a really long time and I'm sorry.
There's no need for you to apologize. Especially after everything you've done.
Where's Dad?
Well, your father left They had some jobs for the new shipment that came across the chain. Him and quite a few of the other men departed and went down the backward trail to see if they could help get some payment or maybe some gear. We're really low on medical supplies, and the number of casualties that have been coming in as of late are starting to rise very rapidly.
When did they leave?
He left yesterday.
Okay.
Honestly, I expected him to be back, but I guess that's good news. It means he maybe got the job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything I can help with?
I mean, if you want to help clean up this mess. She kind of laughs at the thought of talking about cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
But no. I have more patients that I need to go attend to in different zones. But maybe we can talk later.
Okay. Did I just meet you back here? Just come back here?
She kind of looks around. It's extremely crowded. Meet me at Tiana's.
Okay. Alright, I'll see you then.
And then she heads out.
Mm-hmm.
Dakar, you make your way, and as you approach towards the front gate...
Can I stop by that building where all the ruckus was going on?
Absolutely.
I'd like to look around for any posters that may or may not have pictures of us on them.
Roll me an investigation check as you look around this new establishment. You do see on the signage outside, there are 2 ram horns that kind of circle out, one in black and one in blue, but they each have these spirals of coiled pink that cut around them.
7.
I mean, doesn't seem to be much message boards going around. On the edge of the corner of those spiral horns, there is a tree shape that kind of sits in the middle so that it forms the shape of a T. You have stumbled into Tiana's Tinctures.
Tiana's Tinctures?
Yep. As you walk in, it is a unglorified version of a tavern. It's more like a 6-person bar. No tables, no food. However, on the back racks there are various different bottles of concoctions. And sitting behind, on a stool behind the bar, is a tiefling. Pale, bluish, whitish complexion. But you can tell there's these underlying freckles of bright pink that just kind of sit and decorate across the cheeks on both sides.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
Can't complain.
Same.
Soldiers
Same.
come, soldiers go.
Are these the soldiers off the Windway?
Some of them, yes, but most of the soldiers are here for the long run.
Oh, like they work here.
Yeah. Are you new to the Kesh?
Yes, I'm visiting.
You're visiting.
Yeah.
That's unique. Who are you visiting?
I'm visiting with one of my good friends.
Oh, but I mean, did you come to meet somebody in particular, or is this a vacation?
No. I'm making my way back to the front gate since the line was a little long. Don't know what's up with that.
Oh, apparently they're not letting in any more refugees. Overcrowding.
Well, I'll figure that out.
Like, can I get you anything? And she kind of pulls over a rather small mug.
Was this a mug for ants?
It's a mug for patrons.
What do you have here?
We have a couple of our own special brews. Kind of a up and starting brewer myself, but this is the only location I could afford. So I came down here, and mainly my customers are the Malsaran, but every now and then somebody scrounges up a few things. So it depends on your price rate.
I mean, I'm all for supporting small business. So,
Okay. Well, we can start you off. We have the second round brew. It's only 2 copper pieces. I'm not gonna lie, it's disgusting. But once you've had,
let's go up from that a bit.
okay,
Then.
you know, I always say, you know, start big and then you can escalate or de-escalate down. So, because it tastes great after if you start off with and she pulls over a large stein and she says, we could do the Unsunken L. It actually comes over from the monks up in the north.
Let's do that. That sounds cool.
Okay, that one's going to be 8 copper pieces.
Okay.
Right. And she pours you that little teacup-sized mug that you had.
Oh, I don't get the big mug?
No. This is...
Oh, you pour it.
Yeah. Hygiene. Hygiene! In a place like this.
I'm the car.
Kind of... She slides it over to you. It's still disgusting.
I've had worse.
I've made worse. Sorry, like I said, I'm up and coming, but this might be my first time at trying. I mean, we have one more. I mean, if you want, we have a couple of bottles of the Johannesson wine.
That sounds familiar.
It's 3 silver a bottle.
There's like a vineyard or something for that, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Is that near here?
I don't believe so. I want to say it's imported. I know we get the cases off of the Windway. It takes a lot of finagling and favors to get even one case delivered here.
I may come back for that one if I'm my friend.
Oh, sure. If I could suggest next time, start with the Johannesson wine and then...
Yeah, I
Then
wish
the
I
second
suggested
round.
that the first time.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Like I said, I've had much worse.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know where we are. Enjoy your vacation.
So is there a good clientele you have besides the soldiers, or is that pretty much it?
I mean, clientele here is pretty low. The soldiers come in every now and then. Rodon himself will even show up. He usually will throw around money for the wine. I think he does it to compensate. Like he only spends money when there's other people around to see him spend money.
Mm. I know the type.
Well, I enjoy the type because whenever he shows up, that's when my business is booming.
Huh. What's your rent like here?
What do you mean rent?
Like for the building? Do you pay?
Oh, I don't pay anything. This was empty when I got here, so I took it.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, the Kesh it's a free market of sorts.
Sounds like a good business model.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's good business if you've seen the people and how they're living.
Well, your rent's pretty nice. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I can't complain. Well, I can complain.
I'll come back for that too.
Is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, that's good for now. I'll probably come back for a bottle of wine once I find my friends.
Oh, please do. Especially since you have money.
Is that not normal either?
Tell me again, why? Who are you looking for?
I'm here like just to visit.
To visit who? You clearly have never been to the Kesh.
Well, I'm with my friend Q, and we're visiting her mother, Lasira.
Quimora?
Yeah. Well,
You know Quimora?
I know Q. I don't know if she's introduced me as
Lasira's daughter.
Yes.
Oh, never thought that she would actually settle down.
What?
So tell me, how long? How long?
I mean, we've known each
She's
other.
like on the counter now, crisscross.
We've known each other a few days,
Oh my gosh.
but I don't think we know each other the way you think we know each other. Like, it's not there yet.
Well, I guarantee you, come back and give her some wine and sparks will fly.
Well, tell me about her. What do you know about her?
About Quimora?
Yeah. Give me the dirt. Hold on.
So,
Go ahead.
you didn't hear this from me. I actually wasn't here when Quimora was raised around here, but there are stories. She was kind of known as that tomboy that got into too much trouble. So, A long time ago, when they were revamping the Windway, there was this noble family that came into town, and there was this boy. You see, I think he had a crush on her. Because he spent all this time, like, talking to her and stalking her, and you would hear him, like, just making fun of her. But you know, like whenever you want someone's attention, you make fun of them so they look at you.
I mean, I feel like I'm mature now, but I do remember a time when that was the way to go.
Well, you see, she has a very short temper. I mean, she's lovely. I'm sure that you'll have a great relationship, but she can kind of lose it every now and then.
Well,
so,
she has been a little feisty with my mom. But, I mean, mother-in-laws, am I right?
This is true. Well, you see, something happened. There was some kind of argument that went down between her and the boy.
What was the boy's name?
I'm not quite sure.
But it was this noble boy.
Oh yeah, he was dressed really finely from what I gather. But the story says that she actually threw a rock at him in the middle of the town square. The mom was furious, and the guards were in an uproar. Apparently they were big deal, because the whole guard was chasing after this one tiny squirrel of a girl. But they couldn't catch her. You see, the Kesh is like her jungle gym.
Is that boy still here?
Oh, no, the family left a long time ago.
Okay.
Like I said, I guess they were benefactors, or they were working on upgrading patron. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
Nobles don't really come down here to stay or to vacation.
That's cool. So you've known Q for a while?
No. I mean, she comes in every now and then.
But you know her mother?
Oh, everybody knows Lysira.
Why?
Well, Lysira's actually pretty influential in this town. You see, we don't have doctors. We don't have medical staff, and the supplies here are very, very low. If you're in the Mall of Saran, then, or if you have the connections, you can go to the commissary and they'll take care of you there for payment. But if you have nothing, then you are nothing. But Lysira is fairly gifted in poultices, basic first aid. She saved many lives.
It's good to know.
Yeah. Please do bring Q in when she gets here. I can't wait to talk about you.
What about me?
Well, yes.
Oh, okay.
I just met you.
Oh, okay. Well, only the good things, though.
Yeah. Sorry,
I sort of fling my
Your name
dreads
again?
back over my shoulder.
what was your name again?
My name's Dakar.
Dakar. Well, do come back, Dakar.
I'll be back for that bottle of wine.
I will put your name on it.
All right. I'm gonna exit and go towards the front gate.
As you walk out and you go towards the front gate, on the other side of the gate, there is a barricade of 3 guards that are blocking the entire way as you see the front of the line, and there's lots of arguments coming from the people. First person in line is this half-orcan man who's like, we've been here for 3 days. It's been 3 days. Sorry, we can't let you in.
Do I
Orders are,
recognize
bro.
as Jago? Or a different orc man? Okay.
Sorry, we can't let you in. We have no room. Unless you have expressly written consent, you're going to have to wait here until room frees up.
Is that the end of the conversation?
Well, I can go further in the conversation.
I'm going to talk to one of the guards, like, further away from the gate if I can.
Okay. There is a woman who's holding a spear who is standing next to an open doorway that leads into the commissary.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on here at the front gate?
She kind of looks you up and down. Well, there's been a blockade. She can't quite figure out who you are. She knows she hasn't seen you before. There's a blockade. Rodon has told us nobody else is coming in until others pass away or decide to leave on their own.
Oh, gotcha. Like one in, one out.
Who are you?
I'm Just a worker here.
A worker?
Yeah.
Where exactly do you work?
Like I help out Lysira with stuff. Like carrying off like stuff for her, supplies. I'm like a getter. I get things.
Well, perhaps you need to go get. Move along, you can't walk this way.
Okay, excuse me. I'm backing up.
Cute.
I'm going to Tiana's to wait.
Is there anything else you're going to do, Dakar?
It's just there's 3 guards total, or there's 3 guards blocking the entrance, and there's just
There's
other
lots of
that are-
guards.
There's lots of guards. Okay.
There's 3 that are blocking the entrance, and there are other guards that are free roaming and patrolling the area. Looking around as you travel, you notice that up in the trees, there's always guards that are patrolling, just constantly moving around those fungal households. Along the wall itself, there is a platform where there are archers that are scaling the upper areas of those wooden beams. Yeah, the military presence here, it's not the highest you've ever seen, but it's more than you had in Lakota.
Alright, I'm gonna head back into town.
Into town, okay. Going into town, you actually see Q, and as she's walking into Tiana's.
Q!
So what was up with the gate?
They're not letting anybody else in until others decide to leave or die, apparently.
Alright, we'll figure it out.
So there's a lot of guards here.
Yeah. But if you consider like the amount of inebriation in all of them, there's maybe about half that number of like functional guards.
Okay.
This is very true.
Well, that's good to know because I did a little peep for our posters and didn't find any.
Did a little what?
Little peep, like poked around.
That's what that smell is.
It was you!
When did Kala Kesh?
Hey! This is my home.
I thought that's what you did here.
Yeah, you don't have to make fun.
I wasn't making fun. I'm just trying
Sounded
to.
like
I'm
you
just
were
trying to be
making
like
fun.
one.
It sounded like you were making fun.
I'm just trying to be like one of the locals.
Alright, my mom's meeting me here whenever she's done.
Where? Here?
Here.
Here?
Yes.
Oh,
Why?
no reason.
Do you all of a sudden know something about this place?
I mean, I know they have Johannes and wine here.
Good, because I'm thirsty. I go inside and I just say, wine. A bottle of wine, please.
As soon as you enter in, you yell out for that bottle of wine. Tiana just looks at you. Oh my gosh, cute Quimora! You didn't tell me! How long have y'all been together?
Together.
You and Dakar.
I mean,
I tried to tell her.
Oh, he told me everything.
oh, we met yesterday?
Love at first sight?
That's...
Oh my gosh,
Do
how
you blame
romantic.
her?
Tell me the story. How did you meet? How did you meet?
How did we meet?
There was a ruckus.
Sometimes that's how I feel too. You see, there was this one guard in the Mall Saran. Huge eyes.
You know what?
Huge eyes.
We're not.
What?
Like,
Engaged?
Together.
Oh,
Together. I mean,
open?
no.
I've tried telling her. I don't know how else to say it.
We are not romantically involved in any way, shape, or form.
That is a shame. Hang in there. Well, welcome back. I hear you're in town. Did you get in recently?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I forgot. He was saying that you're here on vacation. Why would you bring him
Why?
here?
Don't talk to people. What are you doing? You're not here on vacation.
Oh, good, because this is a horrible place to come for vacation.
Yeah.
We're not here on vacation. We're on a honeymoon. Let's get that bottle of wine.
You are no longer allowed to talk to anybody in Kala Kesh. Just saying that right now. Yes, Tiana, the wine.
Oh, okay. 3 silver.
I give her 5.
She gives you the bottle. It matches the other bottle you have.
Yes, I know. When you go into a business, you give them
You
business.
support small business. See, we agree.
Mm-hmm.
She shuffles over and she kind of gives you the small glasses, uncorks it for you, and says, "Oh, just enjoy. Let me know if you have any stories. I'm gonna go help out real quick. I have a few other patrons." And she walks over 2 bar stools and begins to serve a couple of guards.
How long were you in here earlier?
Oh, 5-10 minutes maybe.
I mean, that must have been a pretty long conversation for her to surmise that we are together. What else did you guys talk about?
I tried to tell her we won't. She just didn't.
Okay.
I think she's just hopeful for you. I feel like she likes you.
Nobody likes me here.
I mean, I would disagree with what I've found out about you.
People know me. Nobody likes me.
So you're infamous. You're not famous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
I still feel like Tiana really likes you.
I mean, let's see. Why? What did she say?
Well, no, she just said a lot of good things about you. Like how you're just a good person.
No, she didn't.
Oh, she totally
No,
did.
she didn't say I was a good person.
She totally did.
Tiana, get over here.
Oh, sorry. I'll tell you later. I'm telling you, huge. And she runs over. Yes. Another bottle already?
No.
Oh.
What'd y'all talk about when I wasn't here? I want this cleared up right now.
What?
I don't know. I want to set the record straight. What?
Tiana, I just told her, Q, what you said, that she's a good person.
Well, I've seen her do good. Yes, I mean, you have done a lot of good, but your family does good.
My family does do good. My family are good people.
You've also done a lot of bad.
What the...
Oh, if I knew the stories I could tell you.
Tiana!
We did not get into that.
What have you been telling people?
I haven't been telling anybody. It's my job. People come in and they give money, I give them drinks, and then I'm supposed to talk to them. That's how you do a business!
Make up stories. Don't tell the real ones.
Honestly, I don't know if they're real. I think I've been making these stories up for a long time.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Tiana's a really good storyteller.
I am.
So you didn't throw a rock at a boy?
What is the first one I could think of?
You have rocks too.
I know! I was like, we have something else in common. We support small business, we throw rocks.
What about that time that you put the...
No!
Or the bag of...
Oh! No, you know... What?
The road on
no,
hairpin.
you know what?
Tiana, later, I'll come back and talk.
Oh. Because you aren't romantically involved, so yeah.
I will murder you.
Oh, come on. You know we're kidding.
I know. I just don't do good with kidding. There's one thing you probably have learned about me, it's that.
She doesn't do good with kids either. Because you threw a rock.
Alright, I'm just gonna drink this entire bottle of wine to forget that this conversation is happening. What are you gonna drink?
I thought I was gonna have wine.
All right. This seems unfamiliar.
So you're giving him the other bottle of wine?
Yes, and then I'm also gonna pay Tiana to go away. for right now.
Like, okay.
Tiana, real quick though, real quick.
Yes.
Have there been any ruckuses in town lately?
Oh, that's true.
Or
we're
like dragonborns?
Oh yeah, by the way, we're looking for a friend. Ruckus?
Yes.
Describe this ruckus.
Like imagine things happening normally, and then not happening normally with a lot of noise.
Have you seen a dragonborn?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you seen a dragonborn? Recently.
Let me think.
Like within the past day.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
Although I can tell you a story about a red dragonborn.
The eyes.
I'm happy for you.
The eyes, were they big?
Sorry, what about eyes?
I don't know, I thought you were saying like big eyes.
Who would talk about big eyes?
I thought you said that.
No.
Oh.
I must have heard something else.
Thanks, Tiana.
She takes the money and she leaves you.
I'm just gonna sit and relax and enjoy silence for a little while I drink this.
Okay, I'll make notes about what I think's going on with Q then. I mean with Kelness, and just push them over your way.
Alright, I'll let you know when I'm ready to talk to you, because I don't like you making it seem like we're together when we're not together.
I didn't. She had just assumed. I tried to tell her.
Okay.
You could ask her, but you
Alright,
sent her
okay.
away.
Alright. Make your notes.
So as you sit and begin to drink, time goes by. Few patrons shuffle in and out. It's always a guard goes in, guard goes out, as if they have this kind of like that clockwork of how long can I drink before I have to go on duty. Dakar, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, please. As you sip on this wine, there is a subtle aftertaste
11.
and a numbness that goes to your lips and your teeth before you kind of look right at Q and you're about to say something and your forehead just slams on the table and you are out. Even though you've only had like one or two small cups.
What did you roll? What did you roll?
Oh, I don't remember now. That's 11.
An 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Shit, I knew it. I asked Tiana, can we have like a corner of this bar somewhere where I can put this person till he wakes up?
She kind of looks around and you literally are in one room with the bar, 6 stools, and you two are sitting on the far left stools.
Alright.
I mean, just leave them there, I'm sure. We don't really get crowded until later tonight.
Alright.
Crowded?
Can I have a glass of water?
I mean, it comes from
No,
where
you know what? You're right. I remember. You're good. You're good. Thank
the
you.
alcohol is better than the water, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll wake up soon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's kind of a lightweight.
I'm telling you, that's why. Never work. I just continue drinking mine. And I tell her to throw out the rest of the bottle, but give me the bottle of his. The one that I gave him.
Okay.
So throw out the liquid, but give me the bottle back.
Easily. She pours it out and just kind of looks at you. This is a waste of Johannesson wine.
I know.
All right, as long as you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll a perception check, please?
Yeah. Ooh. 23.
You notice that she turns her back to you and she begins pouring the wine out. And the container that she pours it into, she kind of puts it underneath the bar on a shelf.
Okay. All right. You probably don't want to do that.
Do what?
Okay. Tell you.
Meanwhile, far underground, Calnus begins to wake. But all is darkness as there seems to be something draped over her head. She can still feel the grainy sand on her knees as she is kneeled down, but her arms seem taut and chained up as you can hear the rattling of metal coming from each movement you have with your arms. Every now and then you hear that subtle breathing as you can sense that there's something nearby.
I'll call out and say, hello? Is somebody there?
No response.
I pull on the chains a little bit that I'm tied to. Just to test them out.
You get about a few centimeters of movement before there's that tautness on each side.
Okay, I shake my head around a little bit to see if I can get whatever's on it off.
The hood itself doesn't seem to fall off. I would like for you to roll a perception check.
14.
As you spend the next few minutes just listening around, seems to be quiet. And then occasionally you pick up the hints of a whispered conversation. Not the full conversation, but there's definitely a voice that says, "The Master. She's a real dragon. Another with a tail. The Dracona." Three hours go by, and Dakar begins to rouse and wake from his medically induced stupor.
Don't touch me there.
No one's touching you.
Do you taste pennies? I mean coppers.
Coppers?
Not again. Whew.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew it.
What?
The wine. The wine that Fabian gave me. You were out.
Did you just drug me?
Not on purpose. And it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Fabian did it.
Not cool.
It wouldn't be the first time. I stayed on this side.
We'll talk about that story later.
How do you feel? You feel okay? You're alright?
I mean, I'm a little parched.
I'm a
little parched.
You heard it here. That's how you get rid of the hangover.
Eat one of your dude berries things.
Don't tell me what to do. You just drugged me. Tiana, is it okay if I smoke in here?
Are you gonna set something on fire?
No. I'm not our other friend.
I mean, sure. There's no one here yet that's gonna bother them. Just try to blow towards the window.
Okay. I'm gonna put a little drew weed in my pipe and start smoking it. That tastes better.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go up to Tiana and be like, and order another drink. Maybe not a wine, but I'm gonna ask her what else she has.
She goes over the same list that they have. The three things they have on beverage. One of them is, let me show you this right. It's the second round brew, which is 2 copper pieces. the Unsunken Ale, 8 copper pieces, or the Johannesson wine.
Okay. I'll take the ale, Tiana. Let's see what else you got.
8 coppers. As she's pouring it, the door kind of slams open, and you see a frazzled tiefling, the same male black-skinned tiefling that was before, come in. And you can see him just kind of staring around as he wipes away tears and goes to the stool sitting next to you.
And I say, actually make it 2.
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Alright. Everything okay?
I'm sorry. I come in here because there's not that many people. I don't like people seeing me like this. Against to wipe away the tears again. You're that girl that was in earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
You look like her.
Like,
but not the same. Your mannerisms are the same, but you don't look related.
I mean, what is family?
This is true. Family can be anything. I'm sorry, sometimes I forget niceties, especially in this place. He pulls off his helm, and the helm has to actually pinch around, and it opens up these small metallic flaps that allow it to be removed past the rammed horns. I'm sorry, he doesn't have the rammed horns. His horns are more antelope in shape, and straight up. Kind of pulls it off. I go by concern.
Q. Quimora.
It's a pleasure. I take it that you are the Cyrus daughter?
Am.
You have a very gifted mother.
I know. So, are you helping her, or are you also, I don't know, are you also a healer, I guess?
Of sorts. I don't know the full scale of my powers yet. I come from Braska. I work under the Grey Sisters. I was tasked here to seek out a rumored magician so that he might be brought to justice.
Magician? What do you know about this magician?
Only rumors of that some spectral force has been seen within the southern area, making things happen. Things that are ungodly and unjust under the eyes of Our Lady of Light.
I kind of take a drink and sarcastically say, does that involve making your friends disappear?
I'm
Sorry.
No. Please do enlighten me.
No, just we're traveling as a group, and I thought we were all pretty close, but I mean, one of us just up and just left. I don't know. But sorry, that has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
This friend just decided to leave you?
I don't know. I mean, woke up and she was gone.
Where did this happen exactly?
Right outside the city.
You hear him kind of whisper under his breath. Outside of the city. That all the others were in the jungle.
I mean, it was close-ish. I mean, like a 20, 30-minute walk.
You need to be careful in this area. There's been many disappearances reported. I was sent down here to seek out and see if perhaps this individual of the South, this magician, is the one causing these disappearances. They seem to be centered here in Kala Kesh.
Disappearances. So this is a thing. This is happening.
I mean, I can't say for certainty that your friend is part of it or has succumbed to whatever this force is, but at least 50 or more different individuals have disappeared within their stay here in Kala Kesh. No other of the fledglings decided that they wanted to come and assist, but it's in my very nature to look out for those who can't. So I volunteered to track down here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I actually met your mother. Such a kind and beautiful woman.
Yeah, she is. Is she coming? Is she...
Last I saw her, she was attending to 2 more victims, but they fell. And it begins to cry again. So sorry, it's just... I haven't lost this many people around me. This place seems to bring only death. No matter how hard your mother tries or how hard I try to use my divine gifts, I just can't seem to save them.
I guess it's different when you grow up with it than when you come from the outside. This is our lives. This is what happens. People die. And nobody else cares.
It's what troubles me. I've spoken with the guards, and they seem to shun me away. They don't seem concerned about these disappearances, as if these people have no meaning or merit to life. In fact, they even look at me with a little bit of disdain.
Well, they don't care about the people. Look at how they let us live. Or, well, I don't live here anymore, but look at how they let them live. If they really cared, they wouldn't. They wouldn't let them live like this.
Sorry, I didn't mean to trouble you. I really did just come in here. Just to take a breath.
Well, I'll give you some space.
I do hope we meet again, Q. Quimora.
Same concern. And I go to the car. No. I don't think we're gonna get your parents in here.
Did I hear any of that conversation?
No.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if Concern could get my parents in because I feel like my mom could help your mom help the people here. And I found out thanks to Tiana that rent here is dirt cheap.
Well, let's give him a minute. I also want to ask my mom about your dad. But we'll deal with that whenever she gets in here.
So you think Q's missing because of the way the other people are missing?
Kelness.
I mean, Kelness. Sorry, Q, you're right here.
I don't know. I don't know. Concern didn't really seem... I don't know. I'm not convinced that it was magic.
I think it would have to be magic because, I mean, if somebody forcibly took her from our camp, I feel like she would have caused a ruckus and someone would have woken up.
But
so
it
she
didn't...
either left of her own free will or something magical took her.
Mm-hmm. Which both are possible. I don't know.
Back
Look at the
underground.
dragon whistle.
Back underground. Hours have now passed. And then all of a sudden you feel a lightness in your arms as there's this metallic shaking and picking noise before both of your hands drop down to the side of you. And your arms now have that freedom. It feels so good having that restraint just released, where you have that full functionality of your shoulders.
I pull the cover off my head.
You go and you pull, and it's actually a metallic covering, a thickly woven metallic covering. And as you reach down, it is attached to this collar that sits around your neck.
I'm going to whisper and say, is somebody there?
Your words fall. No response.
I'm going to move around.
As you rise and you stand, you have freedom to move, and you can feel the shifting of the sand.
I'm going to kind of blindly see if I can gather any information about like the perimeter of the room, how big it is, what the walls feel like.
I'd like you to make an investigation check at disadvantage.
Okay. 11.
You reach onto the side, and you find long or stone that hits up right about to your height, and above you there is ironwork that you can reach through. And as you guide yourself along, remembering the pit that you fought, eventually it comes around the curve and you hit a metallic door. As you tug on the door, it actually swings open.
Have I made it around the entirety of the room?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the door there and keep going to feel out the whole thing and see if anybody else is in there.
As you travel around where the side of the door is, the curve itself stops and makes a direct right. And you begin to scale that, and it leads further and further back. Probably guess it's been about 20 feet. Do you keep going?
Yeah.
As you make your way to the far back, you hit another iron gate. This one rather large. You scale around that, and it takes you to another wall that leads back to the direction you came. And keep going?
Yeah.
As you scale around, it takes you roughly about 10 minutes, moving at a safe pace. But you do notice that the shape itself is the circular arena, and it seems to be as if there's a tunnel that leads further down.
And that's where the door is.
There's the large door there, but on the right side of that tunnel, before you hit the tunnel, is the gate that led you up. You've actually seen this before. Whenever you went into the sand pit, you walked downstairs through that small metal door gate.
Right.
But then you went straight into the open area of the pit. However, the surprise that came to you whenever you fought the barbarians, they came from that center alleyway.
I'm gonna go through that door. If I made my way back around, I'm gonna go through the door that opened.
So scaling yourself back up, you get all the way up through the about 10, 12 steps before you hit another gate wall. And you feel around and there is an opening. Past that, you'd have to let go of the gate.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go through the opening.
I'd like you to roll a survival check at disadvantage.
5!
You stumble into a lot of furniture. Tables kind of hit hard, they don't budge. These are solid tables. You hear the shattering of glass. Every now and then you do step and feel the piercing against your scales, but you're hard enough where it doesn't cut in. As you feel around, you really have no clue where you are, and you shuffle around the room for the better part of 30 minutes. Just searching, sometimes on your knees, sometimes filling out, every now and then going back to your collar and trying to remove it. As you get more and more disoriented, you start hearing the sound of wind. And there is a subtle breeze that you feel. Where the air was stagnant down below, it's fresher. I need you to roll me one more survival check at disadvantage. as you begin to crawl, you feel that open air, and you know you're heading towards something that's outside. The wood flooring switches to stone, and you hear the harsh rustling of wind. Sounds of wildlife, birds, jungle animals. You know where you are. You've reached that opening drop-off point. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sit there. I have nothing on me. None of my belongings. I'm gonna sit there and get my bearings for a little bit.
Okay.
Enjoy the fresh air. Don't laugh. It was
No, that's
musty down there.
About another hour goes by before your mom rushes in, sees you. I'm so sorry. We got caught up. This is bad. This is really bad. The numbers of people that are getting hurt or disappearing. Something's not right. I'm worried about your father.
okay. Tell me about the disappearing. What is happening?
Well, the last 6 people that I've worked on went into the forest and have come back with limbs torn, shredded. I mean, you can tell that they've been attacked, and most of their companions don't return. We talk to the guards, and they tell us that there's sightings of beasts that are coming in, but they don't seem to be going out to help. They say that we're supposed to fend for ourselves. I've seen many, many different wounds come from animals, but these are different. These are way more powerful than just a mere wildcat.
Okay. Where was Dad exactly? Where was he going? Like,
To the chain.
okay.
They all went down the same path to go to the chain, but that area has always been protected. The guards patrol that path.
Just as I look out at all of the guards, like, stumbling around in the street. Okay. If I go and try to look for Dad, there is someone on the outside of the city who may need your help. And I look at Dakar, and I'm like,
And my
Mom, Dakar, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
No, don't call me
Oh.
Mom.
Sorry. Don't want to give Tiana any ideas. Yeah, my mom and dad are outside, along with a couple of new friends. That if you're able to get them into town, I know my mom could help you out. And then hopefully you can help my dad out.
I mean, I can pull what my name has. It just depends on who's on duty, but possibly. Who exactly am I looking for?
There'll be a large orc.
Your parents.
The half orc will be easier to find, and I want Jago to come in too with the children.
My mom's important, but throwing your name around is not something you should do a lot. So, let's...
Well, there's Lolith and the cat, my parents. They're in line right behind a half-orc named Jago with a couple of halfling children. So if you're able to get them all in, I would appreciate that,
5 people.
if possible. Well, 3 people, and I mean, they're halflings. Jago might be able to just put them in a pocket. I don't know.
I can do my best. I can't guarantee anything, but yes. I'll do that. I'll go.
Okay. I'm just saying, I don't know them very well, so keep distance as much as you can. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. Safety first.
Q. I taught you better. People first. We have no safety here.
Alright,
We have people.
alright. Okay,
Can we switch moms?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do be careful.
Okay. Dakar, will you help me? Going into the jungle.
Absolutely.
All right. If your parents get in, they're in good hands.
At which point, the tiefling looks over at you guys. I'm so sorry, Miss Quimora. Did I hear that you're going into the jungle?
I have to look for my dad.
I really wish for the best, but I fear the worst. There are forces at play here that we haven't uncovered. Do take care of yourself.
Well, I'd ask if there was anything you guys could give us to help, but I don't want to take any supplies. So.
Is there anything you guys need before we go?
That we need?
They need everything.
We needed the shipments that came from the chain.
Alright. Well, we'll go down there, see what we can find out.
At which point him and Lyra leave and exit out and run for the front gate. Back down below. The wind howls and rustles, and there's this dread of uncertainty and loss that kind of fills your mind. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna see if I can make my way back through that room, through all the tables.
Roll me another survival check at disadvantage.
11.
You manage to think through backing up and trying to go towards the quietness of the room instead of towards the wind, which is pretty smart. Bumping and crashing your way through, eventually you hit the iron gates. You're not sure where you are, but you can tell that you're probably on the outskirts of this arena.
Can I give a tug on the iron gates?
Yeah. You pull, there's no budge. This is the perimeter.
I'm gonna see if I can follow the smell in the air back to that kind of stagnant, musty smell. Like if I can follow the hallway, the walkway that direction.
Okay.
If that's the gate, I'm gonna go the opposite direction.
Right. Since you're kind of scouting that way, you make one last survival check. You can just do a normal roll.
6.
It's hard to distinguish smells down here. As you travel, every now and then you shuffle and bump into various things, and you just have no idea where you are or what the layout of this room is. The only time you got to see it, it was crowded with people. Now it seems empty.
What have I bumped into most recently?
I would say if you're leaving the gate, it would be tables. Tables and chairs.
Okay, I'm gonna park myself on a table, and I'm gonna wait it out till someone comes to find me.
Back upstairs.
Lead the way.
All right. So kind of knowing how people typically get to the chain, you start making it that way.
So the going through the main pathways that cut and weave through the different domiciles. In the very back, there is a narrow path that actually has been traveled every single day by guards, by workers hoping to get materials from the other islands. And as you move through, it kind of winds serpentine-like as it makes its way to the very edge of the whole Isle of Etor. Q, you've seen this before. This is familiar to you. It's not a very long walk, but after about 20 minutes, the large thickness of the jungle completely falls, and you are met right as the sun has just dipped down. It is strikingly beautiful. In a place that is dismal and unfortunate as Kala Kesh, to see the open landscape that reaches out into ever sky, mixed with colors of orange, creamy yellows, purples, saturated blues that just melt and kind of fall into each other as if they're folded over. Different flavors of color that just placate the landscape. And it leads towards the edge drop-off as the wind is violently thrashing across your bodies. Every now and then you feel like your whole being could just be lifted and thrown off the side. And as you move further and further to the edge and it begins to dip down, you notice that the sun itself is still well up in the sky. But because of the angle and altitude of where the island sits above the main ground, you actually hit sunset way further than you naturally should. Over in the far left, as the peninsula begins to turn and come to a fine point, there is a large, massive stone structure. And falling from one side of that stone structure far out, hundreds and hundreds of miles away, are these large, I'm talking enormous metallic chains linked over each other. One link itself, I mean, think the size of a blue well, as they lap over each other and they dangle, almost as if they're weightless, reaching far across as you see way in the distance something that you've never seen before, Dakar. Another land. For the first time in your entire life, you are now recognizing that Etor is not the whole world. There's other places. And slowly clicking, link by link, is this hanging large metallic structure that just shifts. And then once it reaches that small little stable way next to the stone structure where the chain anchors into the island, it just rests. Steam erupts out of the sides and begins to billow upward. And then you see the doorways open up. 6 different, almost think like a DeLorean, as the doors begin to open. And a massive swarm of individuals walk forward and begin taking off crates and supplies and loading them up into carts. This structure is known as the chain.
This is beautiful.
Not many people can say they look down on the sun.
And that's where we're going to take our break. Thank you very much for sticking with us. I'm really eager to find out if Kelnis actually gets saved or if she's going to be stuck in the darkness for a long time. However, we will come back and see what the jungle holds for us. Stay tuned.
Okay.
You know what? I do have a question.
Here, let me draw your face.
Mother dear,
No, I was good.
sweaty. I'm sorry. Vick, can I help you? Funny. Yeah, I missed this.
Well, I can't see now.
Just rub your face in your journal without that.
Mondo, makeup. And welcome back. Thank you again for tuning in for today's episode. We're going to go ahead and jump right back in. We just left off with Q and Dakar checking out the wonderful scenery of the now open landscape and the chain. So what would you like to do?
Well, the first thing I want to do is, you said that there were people there who had approached the car that had just arrived. Do I recognize any of the people?
If you make your way, are you going down to the chain?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so making your way down, there's some shabbled kind of steps that lead down to the very edge where the building is. Some of them are familiar to you. These are just casual. I mean, in the whole idea of Kala Kesh is people are shoved in there. You know, people who are probably in the same domicile as you that grew up around you, but this is the daily routine of they came down here when a shipment comes in. Shipments that travel from island to island usually come in at a monthly rate. It takes a long time for the shipment to cross. And so this is just part of the life. When it comes in, you go down, and sometimes if you work, you're allowed payment, allowed trade, and occasionally people try to pilfer. However, it is punishable by death if you're caught stealing, because this is all property of the kingdom itself and the empire.
Okay. I want to look for someone who looks like they're in charge.
Going down and opening up, there is actual cutout. It almost looks like like if you were going to a baseball stadium, it's like a concession stand cutout kind of into the side of the building, and there is a small shop that is set up with goods there. And you can see behind it is the warehouse where they sort and organize what goods have come in. There is one dark-skinned looking elven gentleman who has swooped, curved, jet black hair. This is a drow, which is very uncommon to find anybody who is of that dark elf kind of race anywhere on Etor. However, he is one of the few who has grown up here. Q, you are familiar that this is Zola, and Zola has always been the person to stay here at the point and gather the workers of who's going to get in and what their payment is. This is his job.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go up to Zola and ask, Zola, hi. Have you seen Doros?
Well, first off, it's good to see you too, since you
Hi.
don't check in very often.
I know, it's been a long time.
No, your father? He hasn't come in.
Like at all? Like in the past 2 days?
No, I haven't seen him since last month when the last shipping came in. Which is sad, because he's usually one of the best workers, but no, I guess he had too much to do.
Well, Mom said he was coming here yesterday. So now, well,
That doesn't sound good.
it doesn't sound good.
You're welcome to check the crew that's working out, but I mean, I keep tabs on them pretty clearly. I would have seen them come in.
All right.
Sorry. Is there anything you need while you're here? We just got, the shipment's still coming in. I'm not sure what the new materials are, but I mean, we still have some of the basic goods.
Any medical supplies?
I'm pretty sure we have some things. What exactly are you looking for?
Can I just get a random box of assorted stuff for medical, something that looks like I would need it if I were hurt?
Yeah. Hey,
Party pack.
The party pack.
He kind of goes and organizes and digs through different containers, opening them up, leaves and goes into a back room, and you hear some shuffling and some falling boxes. About 10 minutes go by until he comes back and he has a basket. Kind of sets it up and says, all right, I can set you up with, we got some basic ointments, we have a couple of gauze packets, a few medical kits you could take with you just for basic first aid. Your mom usually takes those though, so it's up to you if you want to have it. Is this for your mother?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm taking anything extra I can.
Okay, well, your mom usually comes, she's looking for and he puts out a large kind of small little, has a little latch on it. And inside there are gauzes, ointments. It's basically just first aid kit.
Okay.
It sets in there, he goes, we have a few potions that are come in. It sets on a couple of vials. Can't really give you any of the heavier stuff, but,
Come on.
I know I'm the one who this falls on, and they have records. It would come back to me. I mean, are you looking for that friends and family discount?
Yeah.
Kind of looks over your body. Where's your mark? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. You haven't been around here lately. You see, I can't really do business the way we used to.
Really?
Yeah, some of the lads who've helped relocate materials that have come up missing on the shipments, they decided to band together, and they're actually putting together their own little organization. And I mean, they offer me protection and support in case something does go south with the Montserrat, and in exchange, I run a little side hustle for them.
Who are these people? Anybody I know?
I mean, familiar faces. I really don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
But we do go pretty far back. Look, I can take the kit. Here, take these two. And he puts you have two generic healing potions. Just in good faith, because I haven't seen you and I feel bad about this, but I can't really sell you anything at a discounted rate or give you anything for free until you've been marked or branded.
What group is this? Can you say?
He looks around again. You can see there's a nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say who they are, and I can't say where they are, but I can say that they were in business. I mean, they did sell things at a time, but now they don't.
Okay.
Their shop came under hard times.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks anyway. Dakar, will you watch this for a second?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go and see. He said the crew a little bit down the way, so I'm gonna just go take a peek, see if I see anybody I recognize or see my dad.
Okay, go ahead and do an investigation check.
8.
8. A lot of unfamiliar faces, and definitely not your dad.
Okay. All right. Well, this sucks. So I can kind of go back to where Dakar is and say, well, should probably head back, take a closer look at the path between the chain and town, see if we see anything that would...
Out of the ordinary?
Yeah. So, I guess that's what we're doing.
So you're scouting the path to see.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly are you looking for? What do you mean by out of the ordinary?
I want to see if I can see any sign of, I guess, a path that goes off of that normal path.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I did pay Zola though.
Oh yeah.
How much? Was
Oh
it?
no!
Yeah.
No! He's giving you that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow.
So you have a healer's kit.
Mm-hmm.
So your healer's kit can be used to stabilize anybody who drops down with a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah. You only have a limited number of uses you can use that with, though.
Okay. All right.
And then you've got the two
Healing
basic healing
potions.
potions.
All right.
Right. So whoever is doing the checking, give me another investigation.
It would be me, I'm sorry.
A lot of jungle out there. It's the jungle out there.
It all looks right to me.
Yeah.
I've never been here before.
Don't see anything. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Well, yeah, I guess we're just walking back.
Taking the stuff to your mom?
Yeah. Because... yeah, there's no reason for us to go anywhere else. Slowly walking back through the jungle.
Through the jungle?
Through where the path.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're passing on
Through the jungle.
Yes.
Right.
The path that goes through the jungle, right?
I'm just letting you know. Yeah, it's path that goes through.
Okay. Yes.
Down below, Countess still has not been a lot of activity. Would you roll me a perception check, please?
How long has it been?
It has been about 30 to 40 minutes since you sat down.
17.
Every now and then, you get a sense that you're not alone in the room. Every now and then, there might be a step that was attempted to be muffled, but you definitely heard shuffling, or a table that was rocked, or a chair that was slightly slid to the side. You just get that sense that whoever released you is keeping tabs on you.
I'm gonna keep sitting there. Kind of get the temperature of the room and just really, I don't have my eyes as a sense to rely on, so I'm going to try and rely on my hearing and that kind of gut instinct. I'm gonna let them come to me.
Back up top.
Going back.
Still on the path.
Yeah.
So it takes you that period of time, that short walk to get there. You do reach as nightfall hits the land.
I go straight to where my mom lives to go drop off those supplies.
As you approach, before you hit, you notice that walking above on those bridgeways, you see more torchlight of guards walking around than normal. And as you approach where your mother's is, you see a lot of torchlight around that local area.
Mm-hmm. Keep your eyes open.
I mean, they are. Is this not normal?
I mean, like I said, it's been a while since I've been here,
Oh.
but I mean, it doesn't seem normal. It doesn't feel normal. So we keep going.
As you get to the ladder itself and you begin to walk up or climb up, I need to know the order of how you're climbing.
I'm gonna say, how do we want to do the?
Well, how do we get the basket up there? Leave the grain, take the fox chicken. How do we do this?
Let's tie it to one of us and pull it up.
I mean, it's fairly easy enough. It's
Yeah.
not like it's super heavy.
It's we just need our hands.
I got you.
He didn't give you the basket anyway. He pulled the stuff out with the basket. You have
Oh.
The stuff.
the stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I
the
put
goods.
it in the haversack.
Okay.
Yeah. So there we go.
Okay.
Hands free.
Fanny pack.
So
Fanny pack
versatile. I'm on vacation.
Oh my god. Oh.
So as you climb, so you said you're leading?
Yes.
You? Right. I need you to do a perception check.
Nat 20.
Halfway up, you hear not screaming, but you hear the fear of voices trembling and crying in that open domicile where your parents stay. You also hear Dakar's mother crying and screaming, saying, "We have no idea. We just came here from Lakota. Our shop was destroyed. I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are." And then you hear a familiar voice. Mel. "I don't care what happened in Lakota. That business isn't to me. However, your bitch of a daughter, she owes a lot for the mess that she's made while she comes into town. And now I hear from multiple people that she's back.
We're going back down.
Alright, would you both roll for stuff?
15.
10.
As you begin to slowly maneuver your way down, you see the glowing orange of light coming from below. As a patrol of guards are now coming, you see 4 or 5 turning the corner, and you see their shadows kind of billowing on the local domicile next to it. So you have a group that's coming from below, and you're stuck in the middle. Where are you going?
I think we should go into the jungle. Leave the supplies, go into the jungle. At least that's what I'm doing.
So currently right now, you're on a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle-ish, there's a group coming this way, and you hear voices from up
We
top.
gotta go up or down.
You gotta go up or down.
Oh,
there's no...
Down. I'm going down. But you're in my way.
You're lower, so
I'm going down too then.
Right, as you start to go down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Immediately as you begin to lower... What? Hold on! Who is that? I think that's her! Stop! Stop! What are you doing?
I'm running. I leave the crate, it wasn't a crate, it was all in her bag. No, running.
Right, as you take off, I need you to roll initiative, the two of you. Right, what'd y'all get?
Or is it in the bag with me?
It's in the bag with me.
Okay.
16.
16?
16.
16. Alright, so you are going to beat everybody except for one. This isn't really an encounter because they are not seemingly aggressive. However, the one that's holding the nearest torch is going to run. He's going to catch up to you, and he's actually going to attempt to grab you, Dakar, since you were the first one coming down. So I need you to make a contested strength check.
2?
Immediately he grabs onto your leg and then pulls you down, and you are now prone, and he's holding you down. I've got one! What are you gonna do?
Seeing that he has Dakar, I am going to jump down. I want to jump down and try to break his grasp on Dakar.
Okay, so it's going to be a contested strength as well.
Okay. Ooh.
Where's our strong person?
Oh, God. 2.
Yeah, definitely didn't beat him. Alright, so as he gets there, you kind of pull and grab onto his wrist and try to shake it loose. And then he kind of screams, It's you! It's her! She's down here! And the rest of the group comes. At this point, you have a chance to break away if you'd like.
Like with the
Yeah, you're still contested. You have to fight. You
Can
can
I
do
cast a spell instead?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna, he's holding the torch, right?
Yes.
I'm going to, I'll try and break the grass. 12.
12. Ooh, I think you're gonna do it actually. Hold on.
Slip out of my moccasins.
Yeah, so you're able to, you break away and you're now freed as you kind of push him off.
I'm gonna stand up.
Right, you stand up, it's after your movement. You have a little bit if you'd like to take off.
What's Q doing? Or is this all me?
She currently is right there, this is all you.
I want to try and knock the torch out of his hand.
Rolling it just, for this, roll and just add your dexterity.
4.
Yeah, you go for it and he pulls out of the way. That's no way you were going to get to it. Yeah. All right, so you have 4 other people that are coming. What I'm going to do for this, because you both are there and you can easily be overpowered, you're going to get a strength check or a contested strength.
Mm-hmm.
They're at advantage. You're at disadvantage. If you're able to get out, you can make a break for it.
Okay.
All right, so starting with you, Q. Oh my gosh. I thought that you were going to do it because they have a 1 and a 5. But yeah, something about the situation just has you. You're all caught up. You were too worried about Dakar and your mother and Dakar's family that what they do jump down and they pin you down to the ground. Dakar?
3.
3 with a mod?
Yeah.
All right. So they rolled a 1 and a 3, but they have a 2 mod. So yeah, you both are pinned down. At which point one of them holds you down and the other one pulls out some shackles and they shackle both of your wrists and you are now bound.
Mm-hmm.
As you see another light descend, and then this large, hulking, rotund figure of a man lands on the ground, bends down, and lifts up your chin, Q. It's good to see you, precious. This is Rodon.
Rodon, I was just coming to see you, actually. I mean, what a welcoming.
Do you think you deserve any better?
No, but come on. This isn't necessary.
No, what's necessary is my money. Where's my money, Q?
How much was it again?
400 gold pieces.
Was it really that much? I really don't think it was that much. Last I remember, you really just wanted information. And I'm coming to you with that information.
Yeah, the information was faulty.
No, it wasn't. I was there. He was there. He's a witness. I know about the source. And I'm here to tell you about it.
What are you talking about?
This! And I pull out the note that was left from him.
Kind of looks at it. Now you're forging documents.
No, it was on my door!
Rips it apart and
Oh,
kind of throws
God,
it.
come on, Rodon.
You're gonna really hang for this one. You know that?
No, I'm not. We both know that's not gonna happen. Come on.
You got a long list of things that you've done here. Now, I've always looked the other way because you do provide wonderful information. But that last place you sent me to, you know it was infested?
Infested? With what?
Said there was a secret cache in the jungle on the outskirts where people have been hiding their goods. We get there and we're swarmed by creatures.
Well, there are creatures in the jungle. Everybody knows there's creatures in the jungle. That doesn't mean that there's not, like, secret societies out there.
Wasn't society. These creatures don't belong in the jungle. Someone set them up there.
Well, that's not my fault. I didn't... Well, I mean... You just gotta be careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful right now. I'm gonna take off your hands.
You take off my hands? How am I gonna help you if you take off my hands?
You don't help out anyway. You still owe me. Where's my money?
I have some of it. I mean, times are hard right now. Look around. I'm doing the best I can. Look, I'm getting help. I'm trying. And, you know, it just... I mean, I'm trying. I have some of your money. Some now, some later. I can actually get you the rest of your money if you leave me my hands. If you take my hands, there's no way you're getting the rest of your money.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Hold on, I need to see how much it actually was that I had.
2 coppers.
No! Hit up your friend.
Persuasion?
Yep.
13.
How much you got?
I have 250 right now.
All right. Give me the 250 now. And then I'll send you on an excursion. You get the 250 and bring it back to me.
Where am I going on this excursion to get another 250?
You're going back to where you sent me.
All right. Well, can you at least unshackle me and let me go up so I can deliver some stuff for my mom? When I come back down, I'll give you your money.
Oh.
He's gotta come too.
Oh no, your mom stays here as collateral.
No, I'm not. She's not gonna come with me. I'm not gonna put my mom in that kind of danger. I want to go up there, talk to her. She's my mom.
She's fine.
Oh, I know that.
She's staying here with us.
I don't want her to leave. I want to see her. Let me see her just for a little bit.
No. You bring me my 250 and you can see her. Till then, she stays with me. She stays with my men. I guarantee you I won't do anything to her. Honestly, you should be thanking me.
I am. I'm very thankful. You're great. You're great, Rodon. Thank you.
I mean, I am doing you basically a service with this. I should be asking for more money. And what with your dad not being here?
Well, I'm looking for him too. That's where we were. Right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Shh, don't talk too much.
At which point one of the guards kind of laughs. You can look as hard as you want. Rodon kind of like slaps him.
What is that?
You shut your mouth. 250.
250.
Unless you bring me something better.
Okay. 250.
Let them go. At which point they go and they kind of unhook. Both of you are free. They let you allow you to stand up, but they stand in front of the ladder.
Oh, that was forever.
Can we at least deliver some goods up there? We don't have to go up there, like some kind of bucket system to send them up there for the sick people.
You can leave them with me. I mean, honestly, Q. Don't they belong to us anyway?
Everything belongs to you. Mom, I'm giving some stuff to Rodon, just so you know. Hopefully you get it. I say it very loudly, so hopefully she hears.
Okay.
Give him the stuff.
Okay. We're pulling the medical supplies.
Just it was the gauze, the bandages, and I think that was it, right? There was a tourniquet, and that was it. There you go.
Ointment. I think there's some ointment.
There was some ointment in there too.
Preparation H.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So weird.
That one's for you, Rodon. That
That's why
one's
he's
for
so
you.
grumpy.
All right.
Go ahead and do a deception check.
Ooh. 16.
Kind of eyes you both. You get a sense he doesn't fully believe you, but he lets you keep it. He does take the other items that y'all put on the table.
Okay. All right. So I have a vague memory of this place in the jungle. Can you refresh my memory?
which point he
Where
pulls
I'm
out,
going.
he shuffles into his pocket and pulls out a small envelope that you remember the instructions you gave him. So the last time that you met with Rodon, you had dropped hints that there was a cache of supplies that bandits had kind of hid out in the jungle, and you put a location on it, just intending that he's not really smart with directions and that he would not be able to find it, but he would spend his time looking for this cache. And the less time Rodon is in the city, the more peacefulness that is spread around the people. It's when he gets present that the guards act up.
Mm-hmm.
However, you're unsure of what he's talking about with that there's creatures at the location. But he does give you the envelope back that you wrote, and it has a really roughly sketched map with really obscure markers of what he's looking for.
Okay.
The rock that looks like a rose. The tree that has the knot. It's
All right.
You are here.
And so what exactly is it that I'm bringing back? Your 250 or something better?
There was a chest there.
There was a chest.
There was a chest! We got swarmed by the creatures, but there was a chest. We got out.
Okay, alright. What was in the chest?
I don't know.
Because he didn't get the chest.
Alright. That's a deal.
Talk.
We're going. Alright.
At this hour?
Yeah, no time like the present. We gotta go.
Good idea. Let's roll.
Let me read these really helpful instructions and directions. Bye, Rodon. We'll be back. And we make our way towards where I think it says I should
A
go.
direction.
You really have no idea other than in the jungle, because you wrote it out
Yeah.
so that it would be obscure. Where he actually ended up, you just know it's somewhere on the right side of Kala Kesh
All right.
when you enter in.
Yeah. So as soon as we get into the tree line and like a little bit farther, I'm like, okay, we just have to like bide our time because you have that money. I just didn't want to offer up all of the money.
Oh, to pay off your debt?
Yeah. I just didn't want to put you on the spot. I don't know. I know we're not like super tight, but I mean, I tried to help you out. I know you just sold your business. You're like not in a great place. But now I kind of need some help. So, don't know. You have some time to think about this. Because I don't know where we're going. But just sit on that for a little bit. Maybe.
Okay, so we're just hanging here?
No, we have to try to somehow figure out what this says because he tried to follow this and got lost. So we have to try to retrace his steps to find out where he left this chest. Mm-hmm. But if we don't, that's okay because we have the money.
Well, I have the money.
You have the money. That's right. It is your money.
But I'm not. Well,
it is your money.
but if you need it.
I mean,
But do you think he'll tell us where Jamila is?
who?
Rodon.
Did you just meet the same guy that I was talking to?
I mean, you told me not to talk, so when I stopped talking, I stopped listening too, like, to be honest.
Of course you
But he did seem grumpy.
did. Yeah, grumpy is a nice word. Yeah.
He reminds me of a bit of an issue I had in my life.
Why do you think I took such personal issue with that issue? I know people like this. So, just sit on it while I try to decipher this
Okay.
map with terrible handwriting and ridiculous clues. So,
Another mystery caper for the gang. Heading back down. into the darkness. It feels like hours are going by. You have no concept of time as you still sit. You finally hear a voice speaking in a familiar tongue to you, as it's a huskier female voice in Draconic. Why won't you leave? Your friends are in danger. Why do you sit and wait?
I'm waiting for you.
If you want to see who I am, prove yourself. That's all we're waiting on, is for you to prove yourself.
Who's we?
Are you or are you not a true dragon?
It's not something I want to talk about.
A secret for a secret.
What secret do you want?
Why have you really left the Zaget?
I was asked to.
Now you're just playing.
No games. I'm the one who can't see anything.
You're gonna kind of scoff and a laugh. You don't need your eyes to see.
Is that the secret you're giving me? I gave you my secret.
At which point you feel a sudden kind of rubbing of hard scale against your lower leg as you feel another scaled limb just kind of rub by and then dissipate around you. And while it's passing by, you hear, I left the Zaget too.
Are you going to tell me why you left?
Secret. For a secret.
It's your turn to go first.
I left because I had to leave. Because of you.
Did you leave before me or after me?
I've been here for a long time. Your turn. Who sent you?
Someone I didn't expect to send me. I wasn't sent by my mother.
This isn't a game of what's not a secret. This is a game of secrets.
And I don't know what you know and what you don't know. If I tell you all my secrets, I don't have any left.
What if I tell you how you can help your friends?
Which friends?
Oh, the wonderful, tall, and yet baffling druid. His small, elven, nimbled friend. They leave right now to go into the deadliness of the jungle. They know not what sits within it. Without you, they are sure to die. Would you really allow your friends just to walk into a trap?
Of
course not.
Tell me, who sent you?
Welcome. I don't. No reasoning. He gave me a pack and he sent me out. It didn't come from my mother, and it didn't come from the Scale Master. Mm-hmm. What about it?
No. Take the ladder. Come back when you're ready. And you hear this metallic clink, 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 fall at your feet.
Do you have a name so that I can make you my name? Because if you're from the Zaget, you're important to me.
My people have not been important to your people since this blasted isle rose into the sky. Secrets for secrets. Now go.
When I leave, will I be able to see again?
I've already given you your freedom. And you hear a door open.
Before you go, I've learned a lot since I left the Zaget. And there are definitely things that I have always known to be true, I have questions about now. So don't make too many assumptions. I appreciate your help. When I'm ready, I'll come back. You have my word.
Do either a persuasion or a deception check, depending on how you really feel.
Depending on what?
If you're lying or if you're not.
13.
There's no response.
And thank you for letting me help my friends. You can have clans come in many different sizes and shapes and colors. I'm learning that now.
Still no response.
So I climb the ladder.
So you can't actually see where the ladder is because you're still having it over you.
I'll stumble around till I find it.
As you take that first step, you notice that you kick something on the floor. That metallic noise travels.
I'm gonna bend down and feel along the floor to see if I can pick something up.
She threw you a key. As you search around and find where the key would go, you finally feel that release around your neck, and you slide off the hood. And standing throughout the entirety of the room, 60, 70 different people, all just staring at you, not saying a single noise, as they just watch to see what you're doing. And you see that not 10 feet away from you is a descended metal ladder that leads to a trapdoor at the top. On the other side, you see a door that slowly begins to close as the subtle tip of a lime green tail slithers in, and then it shuts. What do you do?
Now that I can see, and I see all these people, I'm gonna walk towards the ladder, and I'm gonna call out, I'm gonna start to climb the ladder, and as I climb, I'm gonna call out and say, "Have I done what you all need me to?"
As you say that, you have taken only about 2 steps up, and you survey the room, and none of them speak, none of them move. And on both sides, you see those familiar twins that walk up. They say, "Not yet." Loretta looks up at you and hands you your weapon. Diana looks at you and says, "You still need to come back. You haven't taken what you want." And she hands you your satchel.
Thank you both. I'll be back.
Can't wait.
I'm gonna climb the rest of the ladder to go through the trapdoor.
As you climb up and open the trapdoor, it actually has a portion of fake fabric that has been disguised as grounding grass that actually lifts up into the jungle itself. The hatch itself is centered underneath a large stone archway that looks like a doorway of a building that maybe crumbled away, but it's the only thing in that area is this one arch. And then lying right on the floor, there is a simple, almost dagger-like blade that just points in the direction of the archway.
And is that on the ground?
Mm-hmm. The blade itself has a unique kind of crescent curve that spirals and then bends again at the tip, and it has a hook that sits on the backside.
Can I pick it up?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna take it with me.
On the hilt, there is an inscribed image that looks almost like the doorway you're in. It's an archway, and in the same shape of that dagger that points into the middle of the arch.
I'm going to replace the covering so that the trapdoor is covered back up. And I'm going to check my satchel to see what's in there. And I'm going to pull out my horn of calling. And I'm going to kind of look around, kind of see what's there, kind of put a mental image to keep in my head. And I'm gonna I've got that in my brain. And then I'm gonna start thinking about Quimora and Dakar, and I'm gonna blow my horn.
What's the range on your horn again? As you're looking that up, behind you of the archway, you can see the drop off again.
Okay.
But leading forward away from the archway is the jungle itself.
Okay.
I want to say it was 500?
600 foot range.
600 foot range, okay. They're out of range.
Okay.
So you blow in, remembering that you can only think of one person.
Thinking of Quimora.
However, there is no knowing if they heard it or not. But you are out of range, so you do not hear it.
Okay.
Shut out the car.
Alright. Q, Dakar, as you make your way into the jungles. What are you doing?
Well, it says here that we're supposed to do 10 rounds of hopscotch frontwards. And then run around a tree. It doesn't say which tree, though.
So any tree?
Any tree. Run around that tree 3 times.
Okay.
Make some dirt angels. And then throw a rock up in the air, and wherever it goes, like whatever way it leans, that's which way we're supposed to go next.
Well, it's your map, so by all means, take the lead.
Miss Mary.
Borrow stones.
Cinderella dressed in
I'm gonna jump in.
yellow.
I'm gonna jump in. Oh my gosh, that's the best.
So, being both really angry, but also really impressed with myself, I'm trying to like follow where I think he might have gone.
Sure, yeah.
I have no idea where we're going.
We're going into the jungle.
Yes.
No matter what, you're going deeper into the jungle.
Yes,
You're saying.
yes.
Yeah, that's all I really need to know is, are you staying in the area or going?
How we're going, hopscotch style or not.
As you're traveling around, you're busy working on these Dekar. Since you're less focused on what's around, what are you doing? Or are you less focused on the actual instructions?
I'm just taking in the wildlife and the trees and whatnot, and just being aware of our surroundings.
Okay, so roll me a perception check.
22. No, 20.
Ooh, nice. The animal life here is very, very different than the Deadwood. There's much more activity and noise. And as nighttime has overtaken the jungle, there's a lot of activity and noise. And every now and then you see the flicker of yellowish in the distance as eyes kind of stalk. You can tell they're aware of you, but they're not approaching or coming your way. And the further and further you move in, the more of these eyes you see.
Is that normal, Q?
They live here too.
Thomas, where are you going?
Because I've seen that the edge is there on one side. On the other side of the archway, I'm going to start walking into the jungle.
Okay.
Just because that's really the only direction to go.
This is true. So as you're just blindly walking?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do this by chance.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Alright, come on 10. There we go. Let's see if y'all run into each other. There's a real low chance that you're gonna just like randomly run into each other.
Hey!
Oh my god.
Take a picture.
I rolled a 2.
I don't know what that means.
Do you need something to take a picture with?
So, just because this will come up, I rarely do percentiles, but for me, I always put the benefit is in the lowest category. So, out of 100, I rolled a 2. So I was gonna say it was a 20% chance that you'd have any way of finding them, but with 2%, it just so happens. That's hilarious.
Where Kelness comes up at.
Yeah, it just so happens that Kelness, as you're walking through and charging, you hear noises and you hear activity, and you're thinking it must be life. There must be life there. It's just anybody I can get directions from, and you start barreling towards. Meanwhile, we have Cinderella, just in yellow, went downstairs to, and you just tackle Quimora as you both roll on the floor, and you just get slammed by this train of Dragonborn. Roll for initiative.
I cast Magic Stone.
Cute! Like, in disbelief. She's like, but you left!
I did.
But she's back.
Well, no.
She's back.
She's not mad at us anymore.
Don't interrupt. This has led to problems. I'm going to get it all out. Fabian came up to me at the campfire because he said he had the
I have something to say.
Unicorn.
A little bit, but go on.
Oh, yeah, swine. Yeah.
He's a jerk. Just saying. Which maybe I should have known anyway. But he said he knew where the unicorn was, and he knew we needed it, and so I followed him. Did you know that under our island, like, there's stuff in the island?
I've heard that before, yes.
Real deal.
This is the
Real
first
deal.
time hearing of it.
Attached ourselves to a vine, jumped.
Oh, I've heard
Right
about
into
the
a hollow.
vines.
Real thing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do it. I don't recommend it because you could just hit the side of the island. He knew where it was. Jamila was there. You know what else? Lots of other people people were there too. Didn't go well. I'm just saying. I didn't get the unicorn, but I gotta go back. Not right now. But in...
Was Jamila safe?
Yes, Jamila was safe. But it was kind of like a underground fighting ring. Also, they were like a group down there. Like they're a thing. They wanted me to be a part of their group.
Huh.
Yeah, I got knocked out.
Oh.
2 really big ladies.
But you got up again.
Yeah, I had some help though.
You're never gonna knock her down.
You're-
I got up again. So Jamila's there. In the island. And I'm here now.
Okay.
But I was also told that y'all are going into this jungle and it's not safe.
No.
Very dangerous.
I mean,
Yes.
Hugh has detailed instructions on where we're going.
Okay, but like, I'm glad I found y'all because y'all wouldn't have made it if I hadn't found you. Like, it's that dangerous.
Well, I mean, we did fine all day.
You're jumping around like a skipping stone.
I say, well,
And you're loud.
the instructions clearly state that
Who wrote these instructions?
Me.
Did you make stuff up?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
But apparently it works.
That's a much longer story. But, Fabian, yes. So, the wine
Yeah.
that was given
Yeah.
to us,
Yes.
finally drank it.
Good
Hugh
idea.
drugged me with it.
Good
Well,
idea or
not
bad idea?
on purpose. It was a terrible idea because he drank 1 sip of it and was out cold.
So good wine or bad wine?
I don't remember what the wine tasted like.
That's a shame.
Not totally what I meant, but that's okay. Sort of.
So yeah. All right. So
Why are you going into this dangerous place?
also a pretty long story, but we are really trying to get me out of trouble. We have to find a chest, or if we don't find it, that's fine. But then we don't have any money because we have to give him all my money, all of our money,
Oh, it's collective money now?
Yes.
Well, I don't have much to add to that, but I'm happy to share. I don't have much use for it at the moment. So, what's in the chest? What are we looking for?
Apparently something probably valuable, but they couldn't get to it. They said it was guarded by...
Wild animal or something.
Yeah. We didn't get a lot of detail.
We didn't.
Okay, let's go.
Brings us to our bigger problem. No idea where we're going. At all.
Q made it all up, and apparently
I did.
stumbled across it.
So, in an attempt to save the people of my city, which, you're welcome, I created a scavenger hunt of sorts with made-up directions for the big bad guy. And he followed it, so it worked.
He found something.
Yes.
Did you mean for him to find something? Did you know there was a chest?
I don't remember, to be honest. But he said there was a chest, but they couldn't get it out. But since I don't know where I sent them, I don't know where they found the chest.
Okay. Well, I've followed you a lot before. I'll keep following you right now. But I do need y'all to know that I have stuff to add to our to-do list also. Like, I gotta go back down there
And save Jamila.
and save Jamila and a few other things.
We're still on Jamila. What? Oh, for that lady of yours. That's right.
So I thought you wanted Jamila too.
Well, apparently not anymore. Oh, that's another thing. Apparently, Rodon didn't write this letter that I already gave to him, so I'm holding up a medical
Well,
Go use the physical space.
I don't feel like I have accomplished and done all the things that I need to before I can go back down there. But we could go back down and get Jamila. It would probably involve fighting. Because there's a fighting ring.
But you said there were a lot of people down there.
Yep, there were.
So they're not friendly people?
I can't say that they weren't. They were very friendly and welcoming when I walked in there the first time.
Did they hurt you? Like, aside from, like, knocking you out, did they
They
hurt
did not. They locked me up. But,
That happened to us today, too.
Mm-hmm. Briefly,
Crazy.
yeah.
Parallel lives.
Mm-hmm.
they also have these crazy helmet things that they put on you and you can't see out of them. Stumbled around blind for a long time. But
Days.
felt like it.
So what do you need to do before you go down there? Yes.
Well, some self-discovery.
Okay. Nature walk. We're in the right place.
Where's Dakar's tree? We're going back to Laguna.
We're going on our walkabout.
This is how I die.
A short while later.
At this time, though, Dakar, you still notice those eyes that have now gathered on the south end as if they are starting to move around and congregate behind you.
Cute. You know those things that just live here?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like 2 eyes on a creature, or is it like one creature with 10 eyes? Because there's a lot of eyes looking at us right now.
Like a spider amount of eyes? Or like a...
More than 2, less than a dozen? I mean, just take a look for yourself. To our south.
Looking at it, is it anything that I recognize?
Pointing it out, roll, you know what? Roll me a survival check.
Ooh. 20, not natural.
This discoloration and kind of reflection of night light, these are hunter's eyes. Whatever this creature is, it's probably a pack of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they are definitely scouting and looking at you.
Alright, well...
And as they gather behind, you'd probably venture a guess that they're working either on an ambush or they're trying to catch you off guard.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like we should move away from this place as quickly as possible. So let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, we walk. Where are we walking?
Following your map?
Forward? Backward?
I mean,
If the creatures are back behind us, maybe we should walk in the opposite direction.
Okay, it looks... Okay.
Is that the direction you came from? Or is that a different direction?
Why don't we keep walking whatever direction you were walking? So you're walking away from the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see a chest on the way?
No.
Okay, let's just keep walking back.
It would be really cool if you did.
Yeah.
Right, so you're gonna start walking away from the ice? It would be going away from.
Okay,
yeah. You wouldn't be walking towards the edge.
Okay.
Pretty much be heading. It'd be heading further towards the peninsula side, so you'd be going parallel through the jungle.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I like this plan.
Right, so as you start taking off, you're just walking
Mm-hmm.
Alertly.
alertly. Yeah. So as you begin shuffling through, occasionally peeking behind you, you see those eyes are still following.
At the same distance. We're
Working
getting closer.
together, yeah.
Okay.
They're hanging their distance. Every now and then, you see one stray off and kind of head either to the left or to the right, and they kind of walk and just try. You can see that they're kind of trying to make an arc around you. Eventually, you start coming up to a change in elevation that slightly lifts up, and you reach a point where the jungle has gotten very thick, and there are now pathways that kind of wind through these different changes in rock elevation. But each of the rock elevations you see in that hard white stone that was at the very edge of the standing pillars on the outside barricade of Kala Kesh.
Mm-hmm. So does that mean we are close to where we were at that point? Okay.
Could be.
Okay.
Do you continue moving forward?
I would say so. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use my staff to create like bird sounds behind us.
Okay.
Like the most predatorial bird sound I can make.
Probably not. But
Philosophy.
every now and then you do kind of tuck your staff under your arm, click your little notch button, and the beak of your bird staff opens up, and there is this sound that doesn't emanate from the staff, but it emanates from different areas around you, almost like a hawk. Continue walking.
Yeah.
Are we like walking along paths, or are we like climbing these, or having to climb?
You're
these
getting
rocks?
to the point where now you have, because it's getting thick, if you could go through the jungle itself, but it's going to be difficult terrain, so it's going to slow you down, or you could take the paths
Okay.
that wind.
Okay.
Pass that one.
I think we should. Yeah.
Show the path.
Keep following the paths.
Full disclosure. At this point, I have no idea where we are, guys. So just throwing that out there.
It's okay.
All right.
As you take the paths, you look behind you and you still see those eyes traveling. I need whoever's in front.
It would be me.
Q, I need you to do one. You can do an investigation check, as now you know you're looking for eyes.
7.
7. Every now and then you feel like heading in the direction you're going, forward and to the left, there are eyes as well. A flicker or a movement or something, you can tell they're in front as well.
Okay. Guys, we're being hunted.
Oh.
So, just
Do you know what by?
no.
That's
I mean,
unfortunate.
Things
Yeah.
that hunt.
Staying, traveling forward, traveling back, breaking off to the right.
I'm going to say breaking off to the right.
As you break off to the right, it begins to go up slightly on another elevation change. There are 2 large, kind of beaming clumps of trees and foliage that lead you back into another path. You notice behind you the eyes are still traveling, but they're not coming out into the open pathway areas because they are opening up more now. At which point, Q, you take your step forward and you feel a lightness to the ground. I need you to do a dexterity saving throw. As the ground itself breaks and your body begins to tumble forward into this dugout pit.
19.
19. As you go, you're able to slowly throw your arms out and you catch on to who would be behind you.
I'm happy to be last.
So you grab
Not
on
because I don't want to
to the bird, the edge of the bird staff that it's been tucked under, and you grab on. You're able to hold on as you are dangling on this 7-foot drop with these wooden stakes that just hold out of the ground. This is definitely a hunter's trap.
Well,
You were right.
At
I don't
which
feel
point,
great about that right now.
You hear this howling start echoing through the forest, except it's not a wolf's howl. It's almost like a wind of howl that turns into a laugh.
It's those damn hyenas.
And out of the brush, you see this hyena-like humanoid that begins walking, holding their shields, their bows, and their different armor sets and items. And I need everybody to roll for initiative, as we will have our battle against a clan of gnolls.
It's a Werina!
Woo-woo!
Woo!
I get to use your miniatures that you haven't used in forever. Alright, so order that we had Q. So Q, you came in here, you just almost fell into the pit. You know where it is now, so we don't have to worry about that.
Actually, that's Jack you pulled out.
Oh, I did. Jack. That's not Jack, that's Fabian. Fabian is another. No. So with Q, Dakar, you were right behind. How far away were you?
I was following, but right behind him.
Right behind? All right, are we right there? Alrighty, people. Gird your loins.
Ah!
So we have 3 down below.
Okay, so that's lower elevation.
Yep.
And we're on the high.
Yeah, so we're on
We
the
have the high ground.
You have the high ground.
We've already won. We've already won.
Don't jinx it!
And then we have 2 that are coming out of the other brush. So for this, you do have the pit here. There's a way to get around it. Just remember the pit is there. You have the elevation change. It's roughly 6 or 7 feet, so you could jump down or climb up. It would just slow you down. Anything that is colored in green is the heavy foliage. You can go through it, but it's going to be half movement as it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
So everybody roll for initiative. And I'm going to roll 2 sets. Oh, those are horrible.
Horrible.
All right. 25 to 20.
20.
20 to 15.
17.
So far, you're doing good. Tell us what you get.
A 4?
A 4. It's not the worst.
Oh, that's good. Also, I can see what else happening.
All right. All right. You are not surprised since you knew that there was activity around you and behind you. They did lead you here, and they were hoping that they would get somebody in the pit, but they did not. So it's going to start us with Q. Q, as you hear that sound, you look to the left of you, and you notice 2 more sets of eyes that are kind of peering out as these larger jackal-like hyena humanoids come out. What are we doing?
I thought I rolled higher than you.
Yeah, you
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Dakar's first.
Dakar, thank you. Sorry.
Dakar's a little faster than I am. Not in real life, but just...
That's because you're still holding on to my
I had a real
staff.
heavy lunch. So.
I'm like, can I have my staff back, please? Do you mind?
I missed y'all so much.
I'm going to look at the eyes behind me. Pull out my sling. Pull out some stones. Cast some magic stone. So as my rocks are glowing, I'm just gonna flick one in the air and make it glow even brighter and cast fairy fire on the group below us.
Alright, so you're casting it here.
Yes.
What's your range? I believe it's 20?
60-foot range, 20-foot cube.
Alright, so you can get 2 depending on where you place it.
I'll put it smack dab in the middle.
I know, but which one are you gonna get? If you get smack down in the middle, you're
Just gonna get
gonna get just 1. You don't have it. Sorry.
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
not enough.
Then
You
smack,
can get
smack
like
dab in
these
the middle
2,
of
or
those
you can
two.
get these 2.
I gotcha. Smack dab in the middle of those 2. On your right.
So the ones that are closer together?
Yeah.
Alright, so as the kind of fiery discoloration of light falls down as like a small mist covers them, you see their body radiate this pumping of life where you know exactly where they are. Alright, Q, now it is your turn.
Alright, so Q is going... Wait, what did you roll? So, did you get them?
He hasn't made a save roll.
Oh.
Oh, I have to make save?
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
a Dex 12 save.
Yeah, I believe they are both gonna save.
Alright, so Q... Ooh, I don't like that. Q is going to run up to the one in this corner right here by the big rocks.
Okay.
Um,
I can get you that, yeah.
Okay, right there?
Yeah.
And that's 30?
That.
Okay.
Well, actually, that's 25.
25? Okay. So, and is going to hit him with the rapier. Oh, yes. Alright, that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
And that's going to be 7 damage.
So as you rip in with your rapier, 7 damage, just kind of tears into, you see like a poof of fur just like slice off as it falls to the ground, and it just kind of laughs in your face.
Okay. Okay, and then I still have 5 feet of movement. So I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and go 5 feet on the other side of that tree.
So you can go over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so, I mean, it's partial cover, but he's still going to be able to get right there.
Okay,
so he
yeah,
can still be
that's
hit. But yeah, you're out of melee range. Alright, which is going to take it to its turn, actually. So it's going to step forward and get right on you. And it's going to take out its holding onto this large spear as it goes to jam in, and it does this double-handed jab right on you. It is definitely a miss. And it kind of slams in and gets the tree right as you're moving, and it pulls out, and a huge chunk of the bark just kind of falls to the ground. The second one over here is going to run around. Get right there. And you see it grab its spear, and it kind of holds it and gets ready. So ready as an attack. That's going to take us to Kelnis.
Okay. I'm going to yell out to Dakar, you take care of the little ones. And then I'm going to use my movement to move around him, between him and the pit, and go up to the other big one.
Okay, so you're going to go this way?
No, the other way. So I'm going to go around.
Okay,
Yes.
5, 10, 15,
Yes.
20. You're right in there if you want to go. You still have some movement. 10 if you want it.
No, I'm ready. I'm going to hit him.
All right,
I'm
go
going
for
to
it.
hit him with my short sword. Hang on. I'm out of practice.
It's alright. Just remember you have your bonus action, your action, and your reaction.
15.
15?
Oh, wait. Hang on. 21.
Oh, yeah.
Woo-hoo. Okay. And 9 damage.
Alright, so as you slam your axe into that one, it kind of...
Short sword.
Your short sword, I
Sorry.
apologize. Nope. You take your short sword and you slam and you kind of cut and nick across its hand, and it just kind of falls a little bit, and then you see the flesh slowly open up. Licks its lips, and just stares at you. Alright. For these ones down here, they're each holding long bows. As this one moves forward, get around there. Oh yeah, by the way, that one's going to get an attack on you because you activated its ready to attack.
Okay.
So as it swings at you, and that's 15 to hit.
Yeah.
It's going to be... That is 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
This one over here is going to move that direction. It's going to begin to climb. That one will move there. And these two will ready their bows to attack. Actually, this one can't see, so it will attack and shoot a bow at you, or an arrow at you,
Okay.
Quimora. That's a nat 1, it's going to miss. This one also has a shot at you. That's going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
I figured. As the arrow sinks in and kind of slices across your back, that's going to be 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And that takes us back to the top. Dakar.
I'm going to... The ones behind us, do I see any of them from where they moved?
From where they moved?
Yeah.
You can, I would say you can definitely tell.
Okay,
So this isn't really tall, so you can see.
I got high enough ground. Okay. I'm going to look into the sky just through the tree line any place I can. I'm going to just catch a glimpse of the sky, and I'm going to cast Moonbeam and pull a beam down on the guy at the very bottom of sort of the path up.
Okay. So this one right here?
Yeah.
As the moonbeam falls down. And it's a save, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, con 12 save.
Alright, that is a success. 19.
So it takes 15 half, 7?
Yes.
7 moonbeam damage. damage.
Moonbeam damage as it kind of radiates on him, and you can hear him kind of hiss as he stares up and looks up at the sky.
And I'm going to use my movement to back up closer to Kelnis.
Okay, how far?
Like,
Just right on?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Quimora.
Quimora is going to hit that guy right in front of her. Nat 20.
Good job, man. Back.
Red missed him.
I wish it was a sneak attack. 11 damage.
11 damage. Not
11
bad.
damage. And then she's going to use her bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And come 30 feet this way, away from the trap.
Away from the trap. So you're going to
Yeah.
travel around?
Yes.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
Yes,
you
right
in
there.
this area.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. At which point it's going to see you run, but it's not going to take onto you. It's going to go after the big one. Get in range. It's going to make its spear attacks at you, Kelnis. I don't think it's going to hit 11.
No.
As it slams and you kind of duck out of the way. That is its turn. The other one is also going to make its attack at you. Same thing. That is also a miss as they hit and it just kind of chips off of your armor, off of your scale armor, and doesn't seem to make an indention or a pierce. That's going to take us to Kelnis.
Okay. Sorry, Dakar. I am going to use my bonus action to go into a rage, and I'm also activating my Desert Storm.
All right.
So you're going to get a little sizzle.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
But that means that each of the two big baddies take 2 fire damage each. And you do too. Sorry.
So you said 2 each?
Yeah. And then the one I was attacking before, the big baddie number 2, the one that I'm closest to, I'm going to swing at him again with my short sword.
Go for it.
19.
19 will hit.
Okay, hang on. Do I roll twice?
No.
Did you do it?
No.
No. Okay, I was all like, you did not get a crit.
No. Okay. 10 damage?
10 damage.
So
Did
plus
add
your
two?
modifier plus the rage.
Oh, 12.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're always going to add your 2 for, when
2.
you're in your rage.
That's the one that I left on.
Yeah, got it. All right, so it's 12 damage total?
Yes.
Yeah. He is really, really bloodied out as the heat wave hit against him, and you can just see all of his skin and fur is now singed and also very heavily lacerated. Doesn't look too good. Alright, these little ones. This one's going to... Actually, these 2 will make shots at you, Q. This one over here will get the climb. And is going to... it'll probably stay back and make a shot at you, Dekar. So 2 against Q, 1 against Dekar. For Q, I believe... 21 will hit.
Yeah.
And then a 13?
No.
Alright, so you're going to take 1 of those. As you take another 4 piercing damage as the longbow slams against you. Dakar, nat 20.
No!
It's
so good to be back.
ridiculous. That is... let's see. Where's this longbow? That would be 15 piercing damage as the arrow sinks right between your shoulder blades and you feel this stabbing pain and you kind of jet forward, hit onto the back of Kelnis, and you have an arrow just like wedged in between your shoulders. That one, after it shoots, it's going to move over. This one starts its turn in, so I believe what we said last time is that the first one you're going to get, the second one you'll get, but then from that on, they have to start in it.
Okay.
Correct? So it's another con save?
Yeah.
Oh, con... That's a 12.
That's what you needed.
Okay, so did half damage.
7.
And then he's going to move. Alright, that is his turn. Kelnis, I'm sorry, I lied. Dakar, back to you. And actually, Dakar, I need you to make a Constitution check.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you maintain concentration of your movie.
Can I use an action to do a bonus action?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Use an action to do a bonus action
No, you cannot.
instead of doing a bonus action with it.
It has to be labeled as a bonus action or as an action for its designated purpose.
So I'm going to sling attack the guy that shot me then.
Okay.
$13?
13 will miss as the stone goes wild. And the stone
goes wild! Too soon. Too soon.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to Bomb of the Summer Court me.
Okay.
With 2 die.
Go for it. As that energy kind of swirls around you and you feel that build up on your body, and the arrow itself falls out of the back and you can feel your wound slowly closing.
That's my turn.
Quimora.
Q is gonna run up to the one that is in her straight line. That no. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So that way she can be flanking with Kelnis.
Go for it. See your advantage on the attack.
Yep. So it's gonna be a 24.
Oh, yeah.
Or 23. That's how long it's been. Is I don't remember how many.
How many die
Go
you
to my
use?
sneak attack.
How do I do this?
18 damage.
I love that I made you count because you only needed 1. As you can tell, those lacerations are hitting him heavily, and as soon as he comes up with his spear to go for an attack, you just kind of jump in and stab down with your rapier from behind, and that gurgle of blood kind of builds up as he falls onto the foliage.
Okay. And then I think I still have either 5 or 10.
10, 15, 20, 25. You have 5.
Okay, I'm going to use 5 to go this way.
This way?
Yeah.
Alright, you're going to get the opportunity attack.
Okay.
That is going to be a 21.
Yeah.
Doing only, what would that be? 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay, that's a third 4 points. 4 points is not a lot, but
Four,
when there's 4.
four.
4. 4.
Who are you going to call? 4.
Four.
Go 4s.
Alright, is that your full turn?
Yes. Yes.
Alright, this big one over here is going to step over by the pit, and it's going to attempt to grab you, Kelnis. So,
Okay.
his contested strength throw.
Okay, I don't know what I need to do. I've never had to do that before.
You're going to roll your 20 and add your strength to it.
Okay. 23.
23?
23. Thank you.
Only had a 20, so it goes to get you, and you're able just to kind of shrug it off.
Does it help at all that I'm in a range? Not that it matters.
It actually does. So
Yes,
strength
you get
checks,
to
you have
go-
advantage on
yeah.
those. Yeah. Alright, that's going to be its turn. That takes us to Kelnis.
Okay. So sorry, Dakar. I'm using my Storm Hour again, and he gets 2 points of fire damage, and I'm gonna go at him with my short sword again.
Okay, so 2 to him, 2 to Dakar.
And 19 to hit.
Oh, yep.
the math on this one. 10 damage.
As you swing your short sword at him, you kind of hack in and it hits the side, and you hear that cackling laugh of a whelp as his body just falls over into the pit. And you see it just get punctured through by the snakes. Fatality.
And I have my movement still, right?
Yes, you do.
So I'm going to move closer. Let's see. I'm gonna turn around and go on the other side of Dakar.
All right, so to get here, you'd have to go through the brush. So that's gonna be.
Can I not go on the between him and the pit? No.
No, there's no. It is the pit.
Gosh. Okay, I'll go.
I mean, you
through
can't go through. It'd just be 5, 10, 15, or 5, 10, 15, 20,
25.
25. You get right around to the other side of him.
Can I use all 30 of my movement to get to the other side of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
For all 30?
Yeah.
You could get either there or there.
The second one, the closer to your right. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yep.
And that's all my turn.
Got it. So as you kind of plow through the brush, the one with the longbow just sees you and just freaks out and just lets loose one arrow. It's still in range where it can still attack. That's probably going to hit with an 18
Yeah.
or an 18. That's 5 points of piercing damage.
Is it the full 5 points?
It's going to be reduced. So it's going to be down to 2.
Half 2.
At which point it's going to jump back off. Because, nope, not going to have that. Yeah, it does. It lands itself. And then it'll get an extra 10 feet to back off.
Okay.
This one over here is going to run forward. Turn, it's going to make its shot at Q. 12, I don't think it's going to hit. This one over here is going to pull back and kind of tuck in and hide there. But then it's going to make its attack at Q as well. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Doing 5 points of piercing damage. It's not 4.
It's not. It's rather than 4.
5's bigger than 4.
And that is its turn. That takes us to the top, Dakar.
I'm going to use my bonus action to move Moonbeam on top of the guy at the bottom of the ledge.
Down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will take out, well, I still have them out, but I'm going to sling up a rock, start whirling at Birdie, and sling it at the one, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Go for it.
up from Q. 17.
17 will definitely hit.
5 damage.
It's not looking too good.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Kimura.
Which one did you just hit? The one
This right.
Yeah.
Okay,
The one I think
that's
I don't
the
think
one
the
I
other
think
one
is
should
closest to me anyway.
Mhm.
Q is going to run up right to that one. Was that 20 or 25?
That's 20.
Okay. That's
Actually,
gonna.
it's 15. You still.
Okay. It's gonna be 17 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
12 damage. And then Q is going to use her bonus act. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you, just say you're in a bonus action. Yeah, you fully decapitate this one.
All right. Those trees, I'm assuming their trunks are very, very skinny.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Just for funsies, I'm gonna get behind the trunk of the tree.
Yeah. Okay.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in cases.
Just in cases, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that if you're getting behind, who are you? Like, are you trying to use it for some kind of cover and shield?
Yeah.
From who?
This one.
Okay, so yeah, be weird.
Yeah.
I was all like, yeah, you're still on the side.
In front of the tree.
No, touching.
Just looking at
I'm on
the
base.
I was gonna say home base, yeah, home base. Double dutch. Playground rules here.
Still at the playground.
Yeah, that's how I
All right.
feel too.
That's
All right, that's gonna take us 2. The big ones are down. Man, y'all took them out fast. All right, so they are gone. Kelnis.
Alrighty, I am going to use my movement to come on down, hop off the escarpment.
Okay, I need you to do an acrobatics check.
Thanks, look at your face. 15.
15? Yeah, you get down there. You have an extra 10.
I'm going up to the
You're right on him right now.
Perfect. I'm going to hit him with my... I'm going to use my... I can't ever say this word right. Aura.
Just say flame on.
To...
Can we say flame on? Okay.
to give him a little fire damage, and then I'm going to hack at him with my short sword.
All right, the fire catches onto him, and you smell singed fur.
18 to...
Oh, yeah.
24 to hit.
Yep.
Oh. 9 damage.
And for anyone wondering, it is feeding time for the dogs. They are providing the soundtrack for these
This
Yes.
encounter.
That's what Noel
Knowles, brought to you by Corgi.
Corgi.
Yeah.
It's throwing me because of like where the cameras are in this right now. So every time you talk to me, Kat, I look up at y'all's camera. I realize I have a camera in front of me. Man, this quarantine time is really throwing me.
But 9 damage?
9 damage.
Just
total.
making sure.
I don't know. I'm not telling you anymore. Is it 9 damage?
I told you it was 9 damage.
Yeah, I'm taking it. 9 damage.
Good.
In
I'm just
the
making
face.
sure you got it. The corgis were a distraction. No
Yeah.
offense to the corgis. I love them. Just want to make sure you get them.
All right, so that's going to be its turn. That takes us to the little ones. This one over here definitely can see you, Quimora, so it's not like you're hiding. And it's just going to move over.
It's my glow-in-the-dark shoelaces, I knew it.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
And it's going to make its attack against you. That's going to be 18 to hit,
Yeah.
doing 5 more piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I'll use its last 2 to move back. Constitution check for this one. That's a fail, so go ahead and roll your moonbeam damage.
Not me.
13.
13 damage. It's looking pretty bad. It's going to attempt a flee as it takes off. So you can get your opportunity attack.
Yes. Do I get to roll twice? No. Okay, well, 25 damage?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
At 10 damage.
10 damage. As it turns and you hear that kind of whelp of fear right into it, it kind of loses its footing and trips, and you just slam down and stab it right through the back, and it's down. There's only one more left! And he's probably gonna run. So but before he does, actually it's his turn. So, no, it's not his turn.
Yeah, no.
It should actually be up
Oh, it's back to
top.
mine?
So Dakar, yeah, you'll have one full round to take it out before he leaves.
Is he within 60 feet of Moonbeam?
He's just out of range.
Oh.
He's 65.
Move it right next to him then.
Like, this fear of light just... and then it just gets, like, really close.
Wait, hold on. I feel like we need to move the map just to
Just so you can see.
give that context.
As the light just, like, pulls and it gets right to him.
He's not going into the light. The light.
light's
Light's
coming
gonna
to
hit.
So as I'm moving the Moonbeam towards him, I'm gonna come around the other side and sling a magic stone at him
Go for it.
and miss.
Okay. So this beam of light starts coming like a train, and then all of a sudden this stone just whirls by, and he kind of looks over on the side and realizes that you're there next to the person he's been shooting up a storm. All right, Quimora, arrow-ridden porcupine lady.
Quimora is actually going to take a health potion. The last one that she has. Because,
That's a good idea.
yeah.
That is your action.
That is my action.
Anything else you're gonna do?
I'm gonna take my potion and I'm gonna actually get. No, I'll stay right there. I'll take my potion. I'll stay right there.
Okay. That's gonna take us to Kelnis.
Alright, I'm gonna move my 30 feet towards the little creature. And I am going to toss my hand axe at him.
Okay, this one has not taken any damage, so just give me that heads up.
23 to hit?
Yeah. I'd say so.
Mel Gibson hit.
Why not?
Run him down. Battle's won. Oh no. She's
Now available on Netflix.
8 damage.
8 damage. So yeah, this poor thing is terrified out of its mind of just its compatriots falling down everywhere. It thought it had the upper hand. The light comes, the stone goes, the axe jams and falls in. Yeah, it's not enjoying its time. So it's gonna run, and it's gonna take your axe with it.
Okay.
And it's gonna use its full movement and dash to head off that way. As it runs through and into the jungle rush. It's gonna take us back up. Dakar.
I'm gonna send the movement after him.
Okay, so you have 60 on that?
Mm-hmm.
He'd still be out of range by the 5.
Okay. He's staying well lit by the moonbeam.
Well, at this
Q
point, your
comes-
moonbeam can travel. You would not be able to see your moonbeam.
No, I know that, but I'm saying it puts off light, so wherever he's at is well lit.
Yeah, he can see
Yeah.
himself, but nobody can see him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have no idea where
You're
that
making
moonbeam
sure
is.
he doesn't trip.
You're helping him.
He's still freaking out that this chopper light is following him.
Bad boys.
Bad no. What you gonna do? That's copyright. We won't go there.
Just in a second.
I'm a music teacher. I can do what I want. Okay. So that's gonna be. Anything else you want to do, Dakar?
No.
Q?
Q's gonna take a look around and be like, okay, well, looks like we might be done here. I think I'm gonna sit here.
Alright, so you take a seat.
I'm fine. I'm not gonna catch up to him.
Anything?
I mean, is it back up to me?
If you want to do anything.
Have the moonbeam continue to chase him down until it's...
Eventually you can't.
Out
It
of
has to
range?
be. You still have the range of yourself, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
So you can't. You have no idea what your moonbeam's doing. Is there anything you want to do?
Oh! No.
Okay, so then we're gonna say this.
Okay.
Otherwise, he was just running.
Forever. I move my movement.
I'm gonna run him off the edge of the
Yeah.
continent.
12 episodes later, you're just gonna see a knoll. His light's just gonna follow it. Like on the other side of the island. But wait a minute.
Hey!
This running joke.
I have no time for this.
So, Q, as you sit down and you kind of plant yourself, you look over and on the far end where the 2 larger ones came from, you do see a chest.
Alright. I go up to that chest and I see if we can open it. Or if I can open it.
It's open. It's not like a fully locked treasure chest kind of thing. It really is just a fashioned piece of wood that's been wrapped with jungle vines.
Alright.
These creatures, although beastly, have some kind of intelligence to them.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? And no. I was going to end it right there for you. But no. As you open it up, as you approach, there is this rancid smell. And you open, and there is just body parts that have been ripped. And you can see the teeth marks are gnawed. And it's just an assortment of arms and legs of various people that they have captured or fought and have claimed reward to.
I don't want to take that to Rohan.
I mean, if
He
he
wanted
wanted
it.
it...
He wanted it.
Sounds
What else
like-
should we put in there?
Put some of the creatures say, hey, we slayed these creatures. This is what they were doing.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that hard.
Speak for yourself.
That asthma's really getting you now.
These allergies, that's why I left.
I'm allergic to hyena.
Yeah, let's take something off of each one of them and put it in the box. Or in the chest.
Are you leaving the body parts that are in the chest there?
I think we
Or
should.
you
I think we need to.
Okay.
Like, it's going to be a
Yeah.
smelly thing to take with us, but that way it's the chest he recognizes.
Yeah.
It's not an empty chest.
Yeah.
He's going to be mad at you.
He's already mad at me.
I mean, do you want to check the bottom and see if there's
Is there
anything?
a fake
Trapdoor.
bottom?
Fat.
Fake bottom.
Fake bottom. Fake
Fake
bottom girls.
So are you checking it, Dakar?
I'm not going to. I'm asking Q if she wants to.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'll take one of the spears and just kind of like push some of the body parts aside and see if I can like get it underneath the bottom and see if there's anything else under there.
As you stab down, you feel the squishiness of flesh as you're pretty much bobbing for body parts.
Mhm.
And as you pull the spear back up, this leg does come up that is attached to a boot. Very fine leather boot. Looking down, you find the matching pair. And digging through, you do notice that there's something that's almost like the edge of the spear, the wooden hilt that's kind of rolling along the bottom of the crate as you shift and move it. You dig down and you pull out a long, knotted wooden wand.
Gonna keep that.
What is it?
It's a really pretty stick. A wand.
Maybe it's the one to that magician.
Right? Oh yeah, apparently there's like some evil magician too.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
That is
Oh
right.
no, the evil magician did take her. She already told us who took her.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, nobody took you. You just left
I did.
without saying goodbye.
We still have to have a conversation
Yeah.
about that. But
How much do you want to bring up about leaving people?
Oh, I haven't left anybody yet. Y'all have left me on numerous occasions.
We'll talk about it later. So this wand is maybe valuable.
possibly. Alright. The boots, are there any other markings or anything that would suggest that we know who they belong to or anything?
There are some markings. If you, if any of you, I'll say you can pick one person, or if you have some way to, or insight knowledge on this, now I would say any of you would, you can do a religion roll.
Okay. Well, I mean, since I'm looking at it, I guess I'll do that. 13.
There is an emblem that sits almost embroidered in on the inside of the boots themselves. It, at first glance to you, looked like a flower. But then as you notice and look at it, it's not soft enough for the shape of a petal. It's hard, jagged lines of different, almost octagonal shapes. Octagonal, pentagonal, pentagonal. That they layer in and they spiral into the middle, connected with this cross-stitched white thread.
Okay.
Swear somewhere in the middle there's the shape of a human,
Okay.
like a silhouette.
All right.
That was helpful.
I make note of what this looks like so I can remember it later. Well, I guess we're taking the chest back. Wherever back is.
I mean, we have a map.
Let's be honest. We don't have a map.
However, you do have to your inventory, make sure you mark that down, mysterious boots
Mhm.
and one shaped Wand.
Stick shaped.
Stick of wand.
Stick of
Wand of
wand.
stick.
Now, are we leaving the boots on the whatchamacallit? Because if you're holding on to that wand, how is Grouchy Man going to know that these human parts belong to one body? How does he know it's not multiple body parts, or it's... I mean, he's got these fancy boots. He's probably important. So maybe leave the boots. It ups the value.
It does. All right. Yeah, I say leave the boots.
I don't know, they look really good on you, Dakar, though.
Well, I guess I could try them on for the walk home.
I don't want to get him off that.
I was really hoping you would.
All right, we'll revisit this in a little bit. We'll revisit this later.
Maybe I'll just wear the one that wasn't on the dead foot.
You want to put the one that's on the live foot?
No, you said what was it?
You hobble back.
One was on the foot, the other one was just laying there, I thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The one that wasn't on a recently
I thought they
severed
were
limb.
each on
No.
Oh, that's a good point. How old do these body parts look?
If you want to do a medicine check, we can see if you can figure it out.
13.
13? I mean, the deterioration around where the wounds, like where the bite marks are, looks like this thing has been dead for a fair number of weeks.
Okay.
It's not a recent kill.
All right.
Why didn't they eat it? Why did they, like, hold on to its parts? Like,
I'm
they
thinking that
gnawed on
maybe-
it some, but...
I think the rest of it got eaten. I think this is the leftovers.
For weeks?
It's like, well, I mean, pig's feet. You don't eat the feet. Well, some people do.
Yeah, I don't know.
So why'd they keep it? But, like, why'd they keep these parts for so many weeks?
The one we let get away, we can ask if we see him on the way back.
Yeah. They call that wounding back. All right. Well, let's just. Well, why don't we rest for the night?
Okay.
And then start back in the morning. 'Cause I'm tired. I'm not doing too great.
Same.
So y'all bunker down here at their campsite for the rest?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going to leave off today. As you finally have come together as a party, reunited, and it feels so good. However, there's more and more questions and uncertainty that are surrounding Kala Kesh, where you thought Lakota was just the end of all your problems. You're now realizing that the world itself is littered with problems. Mysteries of this unknown organization that have to be dealt with, retracking the lost creature, saving your family and making sure that your family doesn't fall into the same predicament that Dakar's family has already just escaped and now stumbled into again. And we'll figure out where it goes next time, as hopefully you'll join us on our next episode. Thank you so much for staying with us. We know we've had some technical issues. Like I said, we're working on cameras and angles and technology, but we appreciate you putting up with my frozen face and sticking with us. We are so happy to be back. I can say for myself, I am so excited that we started over again or continued.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really
Me
am.
too.
I am so happy to be back. It feels right.
To our hundreds of thousands of fans, thank you for sticking with us.
Oh my god.
Gotta be optimistic.
I mean, who knows by the time this one airs?
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. We already ready. Thank you very much, though. We do appreciate it. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything you want. Farmersonly.com, wherever you want to get us from. Join us, follow us, just stay connected to us, and especially in this time where we are not all as connected as we want to be, we want to make sure we stretch out and say thank you so much to the people who are making society still go on, making sure that people are careful and healthy. Stay safe. Please follow those guidelines. Help the people around you, especially the ones who are out there on the front lines, making sure that everybody has what they need to get through this time. Also, we'll see you back next time as we jump into, for me, I'm super excited. It's Pride Month.
Yay!
So hopefully we'll have some special things going on for our next episode as we jump into Pride. Thank you very much and have a wonderful night. Class dismissed.
Yay!
We fucking did it!
We did the damn thing.
Great sewed, guys. Great sewed.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Subscribe below and be sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Night School RPG.
See you in class.